Restoration make you whole again. Their extensively trained team, state-of-the-art equipment, and 24/7 rapid response will help get your life back on track fast. Because this isn't just their service area, it's their home. When you need them, find them at ArkansasRestorationExperts.com. Rainbow Restoration, where they restore, you recover. Services performed by an independently owned and operated franchise.
This is for the landscaping pros. If landscaping is your business, you know the right equipment matters. Gravely is built for long days, clean stripes, and professional results that keep clients coming back. And right now, during the Gravely Mow the Distance sales event, you can get up to 20% off Gravely commercial mowers. It's the Gravely Mow the Distance sales event, March 19th through the 29th. Visit your local Gravely dealer today.
I'm here with Laura Beth from Kaufman by Design West. Kaufman has over 7,000 square feet of beautiful new home decor pieces and design specialists on staff. See, that would be important for somebody like me who is design challenged.
Yeah, we have design specialists on staff and everything you need from lighting to flooring, designer hardware, and more.
And gift cards are available too. Check them out now. Kaufman by Design West, out west past Taylor Loop, 14900 Cantrell Road.
Or visit us online at kaufmanlumber.com.
We got the big deals at the Big Rock.
It's the declaration of deals at Chris Crane, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Benton. This is Terry Harrison, and I've got Big Steve Landers here with me.
Over the years, I've seen a lot of sales events, but this is a big one.
Ram 2500 trucks are $14,000 off, and the 1500 series starts at just $37,995. So come see us at Chris Crane, Dodge, Jeep, Ram on Alcoa Road in Benton.
The Big Rock Benton.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, it's time for Arkansas's #1 caller-driven sports show. It's Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network with your hosts, Randy Rainwater and Rick Schaeffer. Lock it in and get ready to dial us up. Drive Time Sports is on the air.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaeffer out. He is in Tulsa. His mother passed away. Continue to keep Rick and his family in your prayers. I'm Randy Rainwater from the capital city. And yes, what a day. What a beautiful day it is out there in central Arkansas. And I don't know why that did that at that particular moment, so let's do this now so that we don't have that happen again. Okay.
I'm going to keep calling you just so it keeps popping off like that.
Well, I don't really I don't always understand why people who know me, I think even halfway know me.
After 30 years, you think they might?
Yeah, you'd think it. 406. Now, unless Randy's off today, should I call him right now?
Yeah, call him. Hey, everybody, call Randy. If you know his number, call it right now. I need everybody within the sound of my voice to call and text Randy right now.
My son used to do. Now, you have to understand back at that time, cell phones were not quite a novelty, but yeah. I mean, some of us had bag phones and the other
$75 a minute.
Yeah, the 900-pound phone that you'd have installed in your car. I used to think that was so neat though, because you'd seen the James Bond movies and all these others, and they had phones in their car, and so Aaron, I don't know why. I don't know why, but it's like 4:15, just like out of the blue, or 5:15, just out of the blue. He'd call me.
He's thinking about you.
While I'm on, yeah, thank you. But,
My dad, the only time he would call me when I was on the air, and this is a real story, he'd call me while I was on the air, and he would ground me for something I just said, and I still think that's hilarious. What? Yeah, I was doing nights on a station that no longer exists in Little Rock, and he was like, "Hey, I just want to say something real quick. Am I on speakerphone?" I'm like, "You are." He goes, "All right, well, you're grounded. That was not a good joke," and he'd hang up. I'm like,
my God.
My dad's the best. Well, he's a product of McClellan too, so he cut from the same jib as you.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Well, regardless. Okay, I say regardless, but glad to have you with us today. We got a pretty full day, as it turned out. Now, we've had to do some shuffling, as usual. But Chris Turnage today at 4:30.
Okay.
4:30, Chris Turnage. By now, you should realize, if you haven't realized by now, Trey Biddy is out on spring break. So we did not have Trey at 5 o'clock. Okay. All right, this from our Middleton Heat and Air. He doesn't have my number, obviously.
No.
Ron from Pine Bluff says, "Hey, Randy, are you all right? Someone told me to call and check on you."
We're all going to call and check on you. As a matter of fact, if you'd like Randy's home phone number, I'll give it out at 506.
Well, since I don't have a home phone, that's fine. You can dial my home phone all you want. Let's see. Then at 5:30, Nolan Souza, thanks to Seth Boyd Insurance. 6:05, we'll have on Trey Schaeffer. Yeah, baby, because he is where? Oh, you knew I would get that in.
No, by the way, there's people in the hallway staring at the window through you, and I just shocked them when I started singing.
Hi, who is this?
Well, of course, it's Jim and Gary. They want to walk. They're checking on stuff in the studio because they're fixing things.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, come on in.
Yeah.
You can help host the show.
Yeah, we're down a Rick, we're down a Trey, we're down a lot of people right now.
You can test the equipment if you want to. I got a bunch of microphones here. We can just turn them on and have a great time. Okay. Thank you, Dion. Then at 6:30, the legend, the actual Nolan Richardson. Coach Nolan Richardson will join us at 6:30 tonight. So, thank you. There you have it. We have Chris Turnage, Nolan Souza, Trey Schaeffer, and Nolan Richardson. Man, doesn't get much better than that. Did you watch any of the baseball?
I did not. I hung out with my 13 and 11-year-old boys on spring break, so we watched what they wanted to watch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you need to tell them. I'm into sports now, son.
Well, I've always been into sports.
Come on, you got to watch. You got to watch.
No, we've talked about sports because they both are excited. They get to stay up late tomorrow with that 8:45 tip-off.
Yeah. Well, for those that were watching along, Arkansas finally got it going. Well, I mean, when they got it going, they got it going. 10 runs in the 6th inning, I believe it is. Where's my notes here concerning that? Yeah, there it is right there. Okay. 5th inning. Arkansas scored 10 in the 5th inning. And I would have thought after the day was over that his name was Babe Ruth. But Pompey had quite a day. He had 2 home runs, including a grand slam. Jacob Pinnell, who started off at Searcy High School, ended up at Fayetteville High School, Arkansas native. He was on the mound for UCA. Took the loss there in the game against Arkansas. But Arkansas pounded out just 10 hits. You would think with 15 runs, it pounded out maybe 15 or more hits. But nevertheless.
By the way, too bad the great Hambino name is already taken because that would be great for a hog that swings like that.
He had a day. That's just. And then the other part that was intriguing, I did not I've looked at the lineup card many a time. Do you know who Ty Briscoe is? Okay. He's from Abilene, Texas. True freshman. He came in relief. He closed out what was the top of the seventh. The run rules in effect. He pitched just 1 inning. No runs, no hits, walked none, struck out the side on 13 pitches. He came in throwing 97. 97. Now, I understand he's been making his way back from injury and is just now getting to the point, obviously, where they want to turn him loose. Okay, Dr. Google. Briscoe suffered a minor strain in his ulnar cruciate ligament. He underwent that plasma injections to help heal the elbow. Ulnar cruciate ligament. Is that basically Tommy John?
I don't know. I'm looking it up right now. It probably is.
Ulnar cruciate ligament.
The ulnar cruciate on this, it's an ACL issue. From what I pulled up.
ACL in your elbow?
The ulnar. Wait, hold on. This pulled up as an anterior cruciate. So let me.
Okay. ULNAR cruciate ligament. Anyway, was kind of.
Yeah, it's probably the same. By the way, I misspelled it so perfectly that I pulled up another word it's ulnar and it started with an A, and that's the ACL part. What are the chances of that happening? And I just made a post yesterday about.
We are not going to turn you loose on that computer anymore.
No, I put this on my socials yesterday that I was about to type something up and I realized I misspell certain words incorrectly every time. I'm a wildly dyslexic and dysgraphic. I didn't get diagnosed till I was an adult. And I made a joke about it, and it's all based on Chuck from Promo Chuck. Always says gross every time I spell secret because I put an E at the end by mistake every time. So it's secrete. And I didn't realize how many people were going to be take that as, hey, you may be helping a lot of people, letting them know that you are dyslexic. I'm like, that was not the intent. I was making fun of myself. But at the same time, hey, guys, you can be successful in broadcasting if you are wildly neurodivergent. So, yeah, I misspelled the word perfectly incorrect to pull up a different thing that's similar. In the body.
All the way from the knee
to
the elbow.
It's literally one A to a U, and you get the same concept. Yeah, critical band of connective tissue in the inner elbow connecting to the humerus to the ulna. So, yeah.
Okay. The Ron from Pine Bluff by way of our Middleton Heat and Air Buzz text line. He said, I got a hold of you, didn't I? Too funny. Okay. This is from our Middleton Heat and Air. Randy, I listened to Roger impersonating you. You need to impersonate him.
Oh, let's hear it. Take your hat off. You can impersonate him right now. Because you know he had the transplant surgery over the weekend.
What?
Whoa, you didn't know about this?
What?
Roger Scott on Saturday got a hair transplant procedure, and he took the day off on Monday. Then on Tuesday, he showed up, and you have to wear the headband to keep the swelling down. And today, he was live for the first time, and he had a heck of a time trying to get his microphone to work because they're on location, and you can't wear the headset on top of where the procedure was just done. So he just got a hair transplant. What? How did you not know about this? So as Roger Scott, tell me about that procedure, Randy.
I got to call Barry Groves. I got to talk this. I got to talk this over to Bear because this may not be possible. I can't believe it. Here I've got these things in my head. What are you talking about, Raj?
Sounds just like him.
Okay. Wow. Okay, let's get back on track here.
Yeah,
I did not realize he had are they plugs or what
yeah,
are
yeah,
they?
it's a hair transplant. It's the newer style. It's not like, they're not taking the bacon strip off the back of his head and chopping it up. It's I can't remember, FUE, I think is the term. But he got it done locally.
No idea.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
He'll tell you all about it.
I'm sure he will.
He might even show you some scars.
I'm sure he will. Oh, my goodness gracious. I did not know that.
I'll wear
All
a hat instead.
Okay. All right, Dr. Google. Now, this was asked.
Mm-hmm.
This was asked. I think Bubba was the one that asked this question.
Okay.
How many, what is the consecutive batters in a inning for Arkansas? In other words, Arkansas had a season high 10 consecutive batters reach base during its 10-run fifth inning. Now that is crazy when you think about it. You not only sent 10 batters to the plate that reached base, but you batted around in the process.
Yeah.
Which is pretty tough to do, to bat around.
Yeah, and it's a big enough story that it popped up immediately. First thing I did is this feat occurred in the fifth inning of the game against UCA on Tuesday. 10-run, 10-batter streak occurring before the first out was recorded. The sequence included 4 walks, 2 doubles, 2 singles, and a grand slam by TJ.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, is that what I would call the record? 10 consecutive batters for Arkansas? That was my question. Is this a record? I don't know how you could find that out. I really don't. But nevertheless, yes.
It's season high, but it doesn't go.
Yeah, I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not often you score 10 runs in an inning, much less you also send 10 consecutive batters to the plate that reach base. That's just somewhere in there, somebody's going to break up the party. That's just how it works. All right, this is from our Middleton Heat and Air Buzz text line. Says, we got it going only after we chased their starter. Still having a lot of trouble hitting a slider. They chased a lot of those sliders yesterday, early, first couple of innings. And I thought Jake did a great job. I know the young man. He's originally from Searcy, but played his high school baseball at Fayetteville. But he ran out of gas. I'm guessing he did. Started missing his spots. Jacob went 4 innings, allowed 4 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned runs, walked 4. Base on balls did not help the situation for UCA yesterday. Let's see. Arkansas drew 7 walks altogether. 7 walks altogether.
So you're talking about coming off the injury and throwing 97. My youngest is looking at playing baseball now. He's shown interest.
Good.
And he showed me a video. He's like, he'd never seen slow-mos of when you're throwing 90 plus, what it looks like, how the human arm doesn't look like it's supposed to be slingshotting like that. He thought that was pretty much the coolest thing ever. So yeah, he's shown interest. We played some ball yesterday.
So do I need to send some of my videos that he can study from?
It's got to be better than what I'm doing, because my year at Teeny League, Little Oaks in Maybeville, where I barely got in the field. I'm a sturdy kid, so I got a lot of walks because I looked like I was going to hit good. Little did they know, I'm terrible.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. No, I mean, it was one of those situations where we were lucky back in the day where if we had a Polaroid, when they came to do the team pictures, that was about as close as you got to professional photography. But that was just, you standing there in your uniform, not action shots or not while you were at home plate. When the boys were going through all the way from the beginning of travel ball, high school, you name it, everything's on video.
Mm-hmm.
I got it all on video.
I've got so many hours of because my oldest played 1 year of football, didn't like it. My youngest has played 2 years now. I don't know how many hours of practice I have of him, doing blood alley, and like every time he was on the field, I got video of it. And then I let him go through it, and Let him put a little heart by his favorite ones. See what he did right and did wrong.
All right, let's see. This doesn't apply to us, does it?
I don't know.
Oh, no, I just read that one. Okay, I can't read it twice. This from our Middleton Heat in here. There's that darn bracket again. Do you know? I'm not going to get on that again. I'm not going to do it again.
Well, you looked at me with a lot of sincerity.
No, I did. I'm just looking at this bracket from the New York Post, and I mean it's got Greenville, San Diego, Buffalo, blah blah blah. Now it's got the Sweet 16 elite regional sites. That's Washington D.C., Houston, San Jose, Chicago. At least they've got it listed. Where all the other brackets, including the ones I look at from the NCAA website, they don't have anything like that.
That's the one you sent me the other day.
Yeah, this is the one I'm looking at right now.
By the way, Chase in our chat says that was a perfect Roger.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well.
He also says you're the GOAT.
Everybody, yeah, right. No, it's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to live in the previous world, but I don't get that. Why they won't put the sites on there, the regional sites. And, I mean, with technology today, can't you update this thing practically every second if you wanted to?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm sure
thank
certain
you.
sites do, yeah.
Thank you. Okay. So you know now the published times for the Sweet 16 games. Why can't you put that on the bracket? Okay. I've said enough. Okay. I'm not going to say more about that again. Probably. Maybe. Let's see this from our Middleton Heat and Air Bus text line. Curious to know if there's much difference in Pompey's batting average in night games versus day games. Well, there's not many night games. I guess you can call a 6 o'clock game a night game, but with now, since we moved the clock forward, it seemed like, what does it get dark now? 8:30 maybe?
I mean, the sun's going down at 7:30. Like, I get to watch the sunset when I'm leaving here.
Okay. Well, anyway, bottom line is, I know that it was questioned. In fact, I think they've actually questioned. I don't know whether or not they've actually sent him to an optometrist or not, but Cahill Aloy, he needs to get his eyes checked because he's sure chasing some balls that shouldn't be chasing. In fact, that final strikeout he had yesterday, woo! And he swung at a pitch that had to end up a good 4 or 5 inches off the plate. In fact, it may have if there had been a left-handed batter, it may have hit the left-handed batter by the time he got through swinging at it.
We can bring up the night game stuff when we talk to Nolan Souza pretty soon, what his thoughts are on that.
Yeah,
like how they
that's a
prepare
good
themselves
idea.
for it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's remember that, Dr. Google.
Yeah, I'll try to.
Okay, there you go. All right, we will step away for a moment. That is Dr. Google.
Yeah.
He didn't have a real name.
No.
I'm Randy Rainwater. Drive Time Sports will continue in just a moment.
Hawks Homes presents the Morning Mayhem Razorback Review. In business for 39 years, Hawks Homes offers custom-built, manufactured, and modular homes. Find them at hawkshome.net.
Mike Rowe here with a name everyone should know, Groundworks. The foundation and crawl space repair experts are coming soon to Little Rock. So if you've got a musty crawl space or cracks in your walls, these are the guys to call. And right now, Groundworks is hiring for all positions. If you're looking for a career, Groundworks is the place to do it. You can go from installer to foreman in under a year and become an owner of the company you work for. Apply now at groundworks.com/careers.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Welcome to Moe's. Everyone knows that coming into Moe's for our Moe Monday special is the best deal in burritos. But what about those other 6 days? Well, let me introduce the new Moe Value Meal. Junior burrito, side of queso, chips, salsa, and a fountain drink for only $9.99. And the best part? It's available all day, every day at Moe's Southwest Grill. Now here's my daughter Andy Kate with a special reminder.
Remember, kids eat free on Sundays. Welcome to Moe's.
Listen for Champs and Chumps on Fridays during The Zone. Brought to you by Washita Bar and Grill on Central Avenue in Hot Springs and BKC Home Builders, building premier homes in Hot Springs.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See Shelter Agent Hayden Strickland in Sherwood, Vic Seidenschwartz in Carlisle, or Todd Matthews in Benton today.
Gear up for spring with the Pro Sales event at Cabot Outdoors in Cabot. 20% off Hustler commercial mowers from the X1 and X Rides, Surfer X, Trim Star through Hustlers Super Z. Cabot Outdoors has you covered so you can cover more ground. Not only can you save 20% at Cabot Outdoors, but they'll take care of you for years to come with their excellent service department. Shop now and save with Hustler and Cabot Outdoors. 901 South Pine Cabot or CabotOutdoors.com.
Drivers who switch their home and auto with Progressive could save money and time. Other things try to do this, but they really don't. Like the touchscreen at fast food places. It's not like you save time because it takes you longer to use a touchscreen than, I don't know, someone who works there. And another thing, you'd think it would save money because they're not paying a cashier, right? But no, same price. Also, why is there an option to tip? Who am I tipping? Exactly. Anyway, even if you can't save money and time with some things, you could with a Progressive home and auto bundle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
Now back to Drive Time Sports, live from the Eat My Catfish studios, where the only thing that Randy and Rick like more than talking sports, it's the fresh, local seafood at Eat My Catfish. The #1 sports radio show in Arkansas, Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network.
Welcome back once again to Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network. I'm Randy Rainwater, joined now by Neal Atkinson by way of Bet Saracen. Do I feel a certain energy, a brand new energy? I know it's on Netflix tonight. Good gracious. One game, Giants, Yankees, MLB opener. It's about to begin for Neal Atkinson, is it not? And I'm talking about another level.
Absolutely. Give me some peanuts and some Cracker Jacks. I would sing it, but I don't want to sound as good as you did singing Journey during the break yesterday.
Yeah.
Opening night of baseball, got to have Netflix to do it. Well, I tell you what, they even jacked us up here at the casino to get the commercial version of that one. But, of course, we're going to have it up there. But Yankees are going into the Giants. They are a minus 120 money line favorite. If you want to take the Giants, you can get even money on them. I've got a projected score. And remember, baseball's a little bit different. And this is the first model of a real game for the year. I got a projected score of Yankees 5, Giants 4.1. Now, that's the analytics part of it, so you would round down 5-4, but anyway, so I've got that. Got it pretty close. So opening night, who we got? Reid versus Webb is starting for the Giants. You got Max Reid on the mound for the Yankees. Hey, Logan Webb didn't do too bad in the World Baseball Classic, so he's had some real game conditions, but. The last time Logan Webb, who started for the Giants, faced the Yankees was opening day in 23. Aaron Judge hit a home run off of him, and the Yankees won 5. So I'll just give you that stat for what it's worth. But Major League Baseball is here, play ball.
And I need you to loan me at least $100 on the double R props for the Arizona game. Nick Pringle, over 1.5 steals and over 1.5 assist, plus 1750. Neal?
I know.
Oh, my goodness. Nick Pringle, 1.5 steals over 1.5 assists. I'm thinking with all those giants that they've got, little Nick can kind of sneak in there, grab a couple of steals, and then watching all those dunks, the highlight reels that they put together, then I can see Nick dishing out a couple of assists. Oh, my goodness, plus 1750. Man, what are you trying to do, Neal? Give the money away?
I guess we are. And if you look at the money line, we're going to, we take a money line on Arkansas. And, of course, in the first 2 games of the tournament, they've been pretty big favorites. You've had to lay, I think, in the first game 14, win 100. 300 plus your stake back. So get 3-1 on your money right now at the current line. It may wobble a little bit between now and the game tips off tomorrow night, but they're playing. If they're getting to pay out 3-1 if they win the game outright, it's going to be nervous. But you know what? If we pay it out, that means all of our players are happy. So we got that going for us, which is nice. To quote my famous Bill Murray from Caddyshack.
All right, Neal, where do we find this good stuff?
Go to BetSaracen.com. Load that. Hit that registration button. Make sure you use the code GET250. That's GET250. Make your first $25 bet. But you get $250 in free bets. Don't forget you got your buzzer beaters for the NCAA tournament. You got your baseball. You got your NBA boost. Good luck. And tomorrow is Sweet 16 time for the Hogs. Good luck.
All right, Neal, we will talk with you tomorrow. All right, let's do this. Where is this?
When you need to know what's really going down, you need to bring in your NFL agent and guru. Here's Chris Turnage.
Chris Turnage!
Hey, guys.
Are you enjoying this March Madness?
Yeah, I love, I usually love to, if I can work from home that day and just watch all the games, but there's also pro day times during the month of March. And so last week I was in Michigan on Thursday at the start of the tournament, but was able to catch the Razorback game. But yeah, I always love March Madness.
Do you do the bracket?
Oh yeah, I did 3 official brackets in different pools. Yeah. But my very first one is my main one, and then I do 2 variations.
All right, we have got a caller who's been waiting. Roger, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive Time Sports.
Yes. By the grace of God, no longer am I drinking and drugging. But thanks to the Epstein filing and your man essentials, let's get growing.
Is this...
Did you know that Roger has got Brussels sprouts now in his head? They were talking about they were talking about doing hair plugs, but
transplant. Let's call it a hair transplant.
Or transplant, but instead they put in Brussels sprouts. Can you imagine what is?
I did not know that. Yeah, maybe
it's a new development. It's a new experimental process using Brussels sprouts rather than hair plugs. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I don't know.
Well, if he grows, some greenery on his head, as an attorney, maybe I can remedy that.
Oh my goodness gracious! Oh, there's only one Roger Scott. Thank goodness, only one Roger Scott. Hey, I'm not talking to Neal now, but maybe you want to jump in there with me on this. If we bet $100 with Bet Saracen on Nick Pringle on the double R props, if we bet $100, we could split $1,750. All he's got to do, Chris, is get 1.5 steals and 1.5 assists.
Well, actually, I like the assists. I could see, some interior passing or pass it in and kick it back out. The steals, that's the one I'd be a little shaky on, Randy. I don't know about the steals part, but I do think the assists are definitely possible.
But just think about this, though, Chris, how big those guys are for Arizona, he just kind of sneak in there and grab a couple of steals from those big guys? That's what I'm thinking. It'd be almost like if I went out there.
He certainly could.
They'd be trying to. What's that gnat? What's that guy? What's he doing? Oh well. Anyway, I just thought we could make a little bit of money there real quick. Speaking of pro times,
change out the steals for blocks, and then I'm in.
Yeah, too late for that. Arkansas had their pro day. Anything that stood out for Arkansas on pro day, or for any of the players, I should say, not Arkansas, but any of the players that stuck out for Arkansas on pro day?
Yeah, it was interesting. Normally, the track at Arkansas on the indoor is really, really fast track, and everybody is usually putting up some really good times. But it was really slow at Arkansas's pro day. I think the fastest guy was like a 4.54, 4.53, which was Raylan Sharp, and he's normally a low 4.4 guy, maybe high 4.3, and so it was even a lot of scouts had made comments to me that everybody was kind of running slow that day. So I don't know what it was, but it was just one of those days where it was a really slow track for some reason. But obviously Taylon Green, Mike Washington, those guys didn't go through the 40 and the shuttle again. They stood on their tremendous numbers from the combine, but then everybody went through some drills. And, Taylon looked pretty good. There was a couple of balls that got away from him. This is on air, so there's no defenders out there. A couple balls that he missed on that I'm sure he'd want back. But he looked pretty good in that. You had Rohan Jones. He looked really good in the receiving drills. There was one play where he was kind of running a go route, and Taylon overthrew him, but then you see Rohan just really accelerate, reach out, and then catch it, and all the scouts were kind of impressed by that. So I don't know that anybody really just did something crazy at pro day, but it was a pretty good day overall for most of the Razorbacks that participated.
Are you seeing Rohan more, Chris, as a free agent?
Yeah, I think he certainly has a chance to be late round. When you average 29 yards a catch and lead the country in that's impressive. So there's a chance that somebody says, hey, 6th, 7th round, let's go ahead and get him. We like him enough and don't want to fight for him in free agency. I think if you're asking the odds, I'd say there's a higher probability that he's a preferred free agent. After the draft, preferred free agent means they'll get, some signing bonus money and maybe some guaranteed salary. As opposed to just kind of a regular free agent. So I do think you'll see him most likely as a PFA, but still has a chance to go, in that 6th, 7th round because of his ball skills and what he can bring as far as mismatches, for an offense.
What is the drawback on Rohan? Height? Weight?
Yeah. I think it's really the height factor in his arm length.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that, teams don't see him as a traditional Y tight end or necessarily as a true F tight end where he's going to line up in line and do some blocking like that. They don't see that aspect. So he's more of that H-back, fullback type role. And so the only drawback is a lot of teams don't use that particular role in their offense. Now, 49ers do. They have Kyle Juszczyk, who's probably the best in the NFL at it. But you have several teams like that and, again, want to create some mismatches. But, yeah, the big drawback is just if he was 6'5", we'd be talking about him as probably a 4th-round pick right now because the teams would feel comfortable lining him up in line and blocking at the line of scrimmage. So I think that's kind of the biggest drawback.
Chris, now that the dust is somewhat settled from pro day, the combine, all that other stuff, what are you hearing now on Taylon Green?
Yeah, I think there's still a lot of things to be done with Taylon. So right now, after pro day, there's really 2 things that players can do in terms of with teams. One is individual workouts. So, for example, teams can come to Fayetteville, work Taylon out. So that's where you might see an offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach come, and that's where they're going to put their hands on him and, hey, I want you to do this, take this step instead of that, see how coachable he is. Talk to him, watch some film, see how much he understands. So that's a really big key. And then secondly, teams can do what's called a 30 visit. It's called a 30 visit because teams can only bring in 30 total players in the whole draft class into their facility. Now, that's not a physical workout. That's just all board work, film work, interviews. Let's see if this guy is who we want in our building, that type of thing. So I think there's still some evaluation to be done on Taylor Green with those things happening. And that can happen up to a week before the draft. So pretty much the whole month of April, players are at least have the opportunity to do those things if a team wants to. So I think there's still quite a bit of evaluation on Taylor. But again, based on everything I've heard, based on every team I've talked to, they're still kind of seeing him as a day 3 pick, somewhere probably in that 4th, 5th round range.
Hang tight, Chris. We got to step away for a moment. That is Chris Turnage, our NFL agent and guru. I'm Randy Rainwater, along with Dr. Google. I'm sure he's got his little computer in there. He's got questions, I'm sure.
I've
For our
always had questions.
NFL agent and guru.
It's mostly about for me. I need legal advice.
Chris Turnage. Oh, yeah. I can hear that now. All right, Drive Time Sports will continue in just a moment.
The Zone Hotline on 103.7 The Buzz is presented by Jim's Razorback Pizza with 2 locations, Highway 10 past Taylor Loop and just off the Morgan Maumelle exit.
Hi, it's Frank Fletcher from the Fletcher Dodge store here in Sherwood. Folks, if you're shopping for a new car or truck, I hope you'll come see us and give us a chance to earn your business. We have huge discounts, 0% financing available, and we'll give you $1,000 over Kelly Blue Book value for your trade-in. Folks, I guarantee you a hassle-free buying experience. And if you've had credit problems in the past, listen to this. We have an easy pre-approval process. Just go to FletcherCredit.com to get started. You can be pre-approved in minutes. It's really not hard. FletcherCredit.com. Folks, we're also still buying cars every day. If you got an old car or truck you want to turn into cash, bring it to Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood and ask for Chris or Andy. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Shop in person or shop online at FletcherDeals.com. Thank you.
If there's anything green in your yard right now, it's probably a weed, and you need to do something about it. Weed control and fertilization service from Sanders Ground Essentials is easier and less expensive than doing nothing or even trying to do it yourself. 315-9395 or go online at sandersground.com. Let's get growing.
Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russell is your headquarters for pool and spa chemicals. Luxury Pool and Spa is ready to get your pool balanced and swim ready with Pool Life and Baquasil Pool Chemicals. Luxury Pool and Spa is also a proud dealer of Hollywood Outdoor Furniture, Climate Tough Materials, Color Stay Technology, and the 20-year warranty. If you're thinking about a hot tub, they have the amazing Caldera hot tubs in stock on their showroom floor. Live the life of luxury with Luxury Pool and Spa. LuxuryPoolarkansas.com.
Around here, reputation matters. That's why homeowners and business owners turn to the professionals at CertaPro Painters for their painting projects. From detailed residential painting to professionally managed commercial projects, our crews deliver craftsmanship that protects your investment and enhances curb appeal. Spring weather won't last forever, and neither will the open slots on the schedule. If painting is on your list this year, now's the time. Call CertaPro Painters or visit CertaPro.com and reserve your spring project today. That's Certa with a C. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy.
When you do something for over 50 years, you get really good at it. Like Bart here. He's been lifting weights for over 50 years. He can bench press a 400-pound nose guard, deadlift an elephant, even clean and jerk a truck filled with watermelons. Fantastic rep, Bart. We're a lot like Bart lifting weights, except we do it with insurance. Williamson Insurance with Auto Owners Insurance, protecting your business and your family for over 50 years.
Ray Tucker with good news for enthusiasts of Triumph motorcycles. Honda of North Little Rock now carries the legendary classics and cutting-edge rides. We have the Bonneville Bobber, Daytona 600, the TF450X, the Stunning Ever Special Edition, and the Rocket 3 Evil Knievel. You get the idea. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
You're listening to Drive Time Sports, coming to you live from the Eat My Catfish studios. Eat fresh, eat local, eat my catfish. You've got Drive Time Sports locked in on the Buzz Radio Network. Here is Randy Rainwater.
Everyone knows the Crane team's got them. New and pre-owned vehicles, pickup and delivery, vehicles for every lifestyle and every budget. The Crane team with 16 locations throughout Arkansas gives you access to new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Kia, Hyundai, and Volkswagen, but also access to over 5,000 pre-owned vehicles. The Crane team makes your dollar go further by letting you buy with zero down. Lenders that love to say yes, and every vehicle's inspected and certified for safety. With the Crane team, you'll get the Crane team clear choice, transparent pricing, and the Crane team commitment, including our love it or leave it exchange policy. Visit us online today at craneteam.com.
When you need to know what's really going down, you need to bring in your NFL agent and guru. Here's Chris Turnage.
Chris, it's all about fit. Doesn't matter if you're talking NBA, MLB, pick your sport. It's all about fit. Where do you see the best fit for Taylen Green?
That's a good question. I really see him, number one, at least in his rookie year, maybe second year, being used in certain packages. If you remember when Seattle drafted Jalen Milroe, they had talked about, hey, we're going to put in a few packages specifically for him. They really didn't do it much during the season. But I could see Taylen Green going somewhere, maybe like a Baltimore, maybe, some place where they already have some design runs in for their quarterback. That way their offensive line is already familiar with it, to back up, one of those guys. And then, look, if it's a quarterback sneak and you don't want to have Lamar Jackson out there, you put Taylen Green a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit stronger. You put him out there for quarterback sneak, and then you also have maybe a few other packages. So I could see somewhere where a team doesn't have to change their offense much because they've already got those runs installed. The offensive line is ready to go. So I'm not saying necessarily, I don't even know if Baltimore's interested at this point, but I could certainly see something similar to that, as a guy coming in as a backup where you're not really expecting him to play a ton in his first year, but then maybe, like I said, have a few plays to build in.
Same song, different player. Mike Washington. Where do you see Mike Washington fitting in, and what is the latest you have on Mike?
Yeah, I think Mike could fit in with a lot of teams with his size and explosion. I think you're going to see both some zone teams that like to use him, some man block teams that like to use him. And, everybody's going to crave and drool over that speed when you see that to break away. I really see him, everything I've kind of seen and heard now on him and talked to is going to be like RB2, RB3 behind Love from Notre Dame. I could see him being either one of those. And with that being said, that means probably, second round, maybe early third. But either way, I think he's solidly in day two now, in the day two conversation. So, I think you'll see, again, if the longer Love lasts out there in the draft, then the worse that is for Mike Washington, because that means he's going to fall a little. If somebody jumps up and takes Love early on and surprises everybody else, that's going to bump Mike up, because then teams are going to say, hey, now we got to go get our guy before there's too long. And so there's a lot that's dependent on where Love goes.
Where would you project? I'd love to see him in Green Bay, but I don't think he's going to Green Bay.
You talking about from Washington?
Mike Washington, yeah.
Yeah. Man, honestly, Randy, it's too hard to predict right now, just because there's so many variables with that draft. But, yeah, look, Green Bay, I think, absolutely would love a weapon, from a rushing standpoint. They've obviously got Jacobs, who's a little bit older, but would love somebody to kind of step in. They lost their backup. Manuel Wilson, and so to the Seahawks. So that could be a great spot to say, hey, he's comes in as our number two and be able to spell Josh Jacobs and then take over for Jacobs the following year kind of thing. So, yeah, I think Green Bay would be an absolute great scenario, in that second, third round for sure. And then, really, though, you look across, the majority of NFL teams now use two backs more than they ever have. Back 10 years ago, everybody was one back focused and you had a backup, but now you're seeing more teams work in that second back. So I think you're going to have a lot of options. A lot of teams come in and be interested in a Mike Washington as a number two, initially in his rookie year.
Did all of the free agent quarterbacks, and really we were talking about Kyler Murray, Tua ends up being basically a free agent to me, and he ends up now in Atlanta. Do you think all the moves have been made, this little quarterback shuffle? Now you've got 90-year-old Joe Flacco, who still thinks he can start in the National Football League, but he looks like he's going to be the backup now to Joe Burrow at Cincinnati.
Yeah, which obviously the last couple of years, the backup in Cincinnati has played a lot of football.
Yeah.
So, Joe obviously 2 years ago was instrumental in Cleveland making the playoffs and making that run. But now, last year, obviously, he's still fading. So, yeah, I think he could be an effective backup just because his knowledge is there of the game. But it is interesting, to see a guy like Andy Dalton, where the Eagles go trade for him and kind of covet that veteran, presence, that veteran backup that maybe Father Time has passed them on a little bit, but at the same time, they still have, the mind and the sharpness and the understanding of the game where they can still be effective. I just don't think either one of those guys is effective in a 7-8 game stretch. I think they could come in and be effective in a 2-game stretch if they had to be.
You think there's enough gas left in the tank for Travis Kelce back with the Chiefs?
I'll say this. Travis actually had a pretty good year last year when you compare it to other tight ends.
Right.
The issue is everybody's comparing it to himself from 2 years ago or 3 years ago. And so certainly he's declined when you look at what he's done previously. But when you look at other tight ends around the league, he was still very, very effective and, a top 10 tight end. So, yeah, I think there's still absolutely ways to be able to use him. I just think you're not going to see as much, the yak yards, the deep balls, those kind of things. I think you're just going to see a lot more intermediate and short routes, and he's going to be tackled where he catches it for the most part, as a general rule. But I think, yeah, absolutely. I think he's still going to be effective. And look, I know there are other teams that absolutely would have signed him had Kansas City said, hey, we're gonna not re-sign you, go on your way. There are other teams that I know for a fact would have tried to sign him, whether he did it or not, I don't know. But so yeah, I think absolutely he can still be somewhat effective. He's just not going to be that true number one tight end in the entire NFL type.
Yeah, I didn't realize this until I read this the other day. Once San Francisco decided to move on from Jerry Rice, I didn't realize he bounced around to, I think he ended up in his career in Seattle, if I remember correctly. But nevertheless,
went to the Raiders.
Yeah, played for the Raiders.
In Seattle.
I just don't want to see Travis Kelce, a player like that. I understand it's a business, and they got to make business decisions. But, man, a player, I guess, has to be difficult to know when it's time to let go.
Yeah, it is very, very tough. Think about this is what your job has been ever since you got out of college, and so it is very tough to say, okay, I just got to quit that and got to go start something else if I want to, obviously he doesn't have to work if he doesn't want to, but and I agree with you, Randy. It is always weird, seeing the Joe Montana in a Chiefs jersey and seeing the Jerry Rice in a Raiders jersey. And it is always a little weird seeing that. Tom Brady in the Tampa Bay jersey was weird, but when he goes and wins the Super Bowl, that I think helps alleviate that.
Same thing Peyton Manning.
Yeah, exactly. Peyton Manning in Denver goes and wins, and then then you see him there. But it is so weird when you see a guy like that his whole career, and then 1 or 2 years at the end, in a different uniform. It is always very weird.
It's to have a player any more in any sport who starts with Club A and ends up with Club A at the end of his career is getting rarer and rarer, regardless of whatever sport we're talking about. Free agency has changed that a lot. I realize that free agency has, but nevertheless, man, you just hate seeing some of these guys who you only see them I only think of them in one uniform. I could not imagine if Dick Butkus had played for the Green Bay Packers. That's just like Brett Favre playing with the Minnesota Vikings.
Or the Jets even, exactly. Can you imagine, Dick Butkus in the creamsicle Tampa Bay uniform, that would just be weird. So I agree. It is very, very odd, but unfortunately, team says I got to go and the player still wants to play.
And the money's too big right now to pass up on. If I can limp along for one more year, I'll do it. All right, Chris, thank you, my friend.
Thanks, guys.
Chris Turnage, our NFL agent and guru. Hour number 2 coming up. Drive Time Sports will continue. I'm Randy Rainwater.
Hey folks, this is Mitch Ward, proudly serving the great state of Arkansas with Red River Auto Group for over 20 years. We started as Arkansas's #1 Ram Dodge Chrysler Jeep dealer, but we've also got Ford and Toyota. And I like to think we've got the largest discounts than anybody in the state. But folks, really, if you bring us any reasonable deal right now, we're going to try to put something together. If that means us giving a little too much for your trade or selling ours for just a little too cheap or fighting for the best rate, we're going to make it happen. Check us out at redriverauto.com.
It's March Madness at Natural State Wholesale, The Warehouse, and the deals are a total slam dunk. Score big on all kinds of flooring, butcher block countertops, shingles, sinks and faucets, bathroom vanities, ceiling fans, and so much more. Whether you're remodeling your kitchen, updating your bathroom, or tackling a full home project, Natural State Wholesale has the inventory and the prices to win the game. Don't miss the madness. These deals won't last forever. Head to Natural State Wholesale, The Warehouse, where contractors and homeowners both come to score big.
Oaklawn Hot Springs presents Oaklawn Race Day with Justin Acree and David Longinati every Saturday morning at 11. It's your inside track to America's hottest thoroughbred action.
More fun and games than an amusement park arcade. 103.7 The Buzz, KABZ, Little Rock.
Arkansas State Representative Stan Berry has died. He represented Arkansas House District 44, which covers parts of Pope County and Van Buren counties. House Majority Leader Howard Beatty says that Berry loved serving the people of the River Valley. He says that Berry was not the most outspoken member, but was someone you could always depend on. Berry was 71 years old. For his time in office, he served in the National Guard. Governor Sanders released a statement after his passing, sending her condolences to his wife, children, and grandchildren. Berry was serving his 7th term in the Arkansas House and running unopposed in the upcoming general election. Governor Sanders' office says they do not have any information right now about a special election to fill his seat. And early voting for several runoffs continues today. To find out the latest information on where you can go to vote, you can head to our website, krk.com. As a reminder, Election Day is next Tuesday. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm Kara Case, Jessica Rockwell.
If you don't already have the Bet Saracen Sports Wager app, download it today from the app stores or go to BetSaracen.com. Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports betting app.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
Skies become mostly clear for Wednesday with temperatures in the mid-80s. Expected southwesterly winds, a little breezy at times. 15 to 20 mile-an-hour gusts are possible. That elevated risk for wildfire danger continues for Wednesday. Continue to practice your wildfire safety precautions. Mostly clear skies overnight with temperatures dropping to the low 60s into Thursday morning. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm Arkansas Storm Team meteorologist Jenna Warner.
Are you hungry? Something new, $25, all you can eat, sushi rolls, soup, salad, Benihana rice. Come at Benihana's Monday through Thursday.
This is Mark Miller for Parker Cadillac, and I couldn't have done this for almost 20 years and not deliver on what we're offering. When you shop Parker Cadillac, you're not just getting a great price, you're getting exceptional customer service. We've got something for every budget, but most importantly, we're offering you a first-class buying experience on the absolute highest quality of pre-owned and certified vehicles, with 2 years of complimentary oil changes absolutely free. It's time to expect more from your auto dealer. It's time you let Parker Cadillac put you in a vehicle today. Shop online at parkerspecials.com or give us a call, 501-224-2400.
Oaklawn Today's Nancy Holtis gets in the zone each week this racing season courtesy of Winner's Circle Concierge, a performance thoroughbred management firm designed to remove the learning curve, complexity, and administrative burden from horse racing ownership. Call 8709-429-382.
On these acres, weekends aren't a break. When the ground fights back, the John Deere 4044M leans in. Because it's built like the people who run it. Tough enough to stay one more hour. Strong enough to finish the job. Take more than $7,000 off or pay $507 per month at 0% for 84 months at Greenway. Learn more at gogreenway.com. Some restrictions apply. See Greenway for details. Offer ends April 30th, 2026.
It's the big Bass Boat Sale on all Ranger and Tracker boats at the Open House Sale. Now at Bradford Marine and ATV at all 7 statewide locations. Get the last of the boat show deals on all Ranger fiberglass bass boats with over $10,000 in extra discounts. Or the Sun Tracker Party Barge 22XP3 or Fishing Barge 22XP3 with $5,000 in discounts and a $1,000 Bass Pro gift card. Buy today, finance today, and have fun today at the Open House Sale. Going on at all Bradford Marine and ATV statewide locations. Your Ranger Tracker dealer.
When the unthinkable happens to your home or business, whether it's damage from smoke, water, fire, or mold, let Rainbow Restoration make you whole again. Their extensively trained team, state-of-the-art equipment, and 24/7 rapid response will help get your life back on track fast. Because this isn't just their service area, it's their home. When you need them, find them at ArkansasRestorationExperts.com. Rainbow Restoration, where they restore, you recover. Services performed by an independently owned and operated franchise.
We got the big deals.
It's the declaration of deals at Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram in Benton. We're going to take $11,000 off Grand Cherokees, and we've got the new Compass starting at just $27,995.
Jerry, it's Wrangler season. Tell them what we're going to do about those.
This year, Jeep has reduced their factory-based price by thousands. So we're starting new Jeep Wranglers at $34,999. So come see us at Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram in Benton.
The Big Lock Benton.
Arkansas Municipal Equipment in Poen, founded over a decade ago by Daniel and Vanessa Ellison. They lease and sell trucks, trash carts, roll-off dumpsters, and street sweepers. Proud to be Arkansas's only authorized dealer for New Way refuse trucks and Timco street sweepers. Your authorized dealer for Galfab roll-off and hook lift trucks. You can get parts and service for all makes and models with technicians traveling the state to take care of you.
AME, it's the service after the sale.
It's Justin Akery with Laura Beth from Coffin by Design West, getting you ready for spring. And Laura Beth, let's start with some of the outside options that Coffin by Design West provides for folks who are trying to spruce up their homes this time of the year.
We carry a large selection of in-stock steel products, which include leaf blowers, weed eaters, and lawnmowers.
As far as sprucing up the house for spring cleaning, you have a lot of other options there as well.
We have storage totes, power washers, flower bed tools, planters, fertilizers, all your lawn care needs.
It's Coffin by Design West, out west past Taylor Loop, 14900 Cantrell Road, Monday through Saturday, online at kaufmanlumber.com.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely. Easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus, lots of fun choices. Like ping pong, right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Get $250 on us with your first $25 wager.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, it's time for Arkansas's #1 caller-driven sports show. It's Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network with your hosts, Randy Rainwater and Rick Schaeffer. Lock it in and get ready to dial us up. Drive Time Sports is on the air.
Hour number 2 at Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network. I'm Randy Rainwater from the capital city. Rick Schaeffer out today. Rick should be out for the remainder of the week. Joined also by Dr. Google.
What up?
Who has had his way in the producer's room with the computer. No telling what he's found.
That's all I do.
In the meantime.
Yep.
Oh, okay. We're all caught up here. Okay, then this one is for you. This from our Middleton Eden Air from the 913 in Kansas. Says the Arkansas baseball doom and gloom callers sure have gone silent. LOL. Okay. Just give them a minute or two because you have Florida coming up this weekend. That's going to be a pretty challenging series, I would think. Let's see. This from our Middleton Eden Air. Got to make one bracket. Stand on it with 10 toes down.
10 toes in. I'm hearing you.
What if you don't have 10 toes?
Well, then you do with what you got.
Okay. Just want to make sure. I didn't think. Okay. This from our Middleton Eden Air. Randy, have you heard anything about Coach Pittman? Coach Pittman was, what did they have recently? The Broyles Award. That's what it was. He was on hand for the Broyles Award there in Hot Springs.
I saw him also, speaking of Hot Springs, at the first ever 23rd annual World's Smallest Parade. He was just at that too.
Coach was?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, he is fully invested in the Hot Springs life, and good for him, man. It's a great place to just relax.
I know some feel like he should have had some kind of closing statement or whatever it was. He was fired. Not everybody always has something to say just because they've been fired. Thank you. Hubert Davis, the coach, now former coach of North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he put a statement out. So
I tell
some
you,
do, some don't.
The radio stations I've been asked to leave over my past, I never got a chance to have a statement because I just got walked to my car with all my stuff in a cardboard box that they had packed up for me.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
That's right.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's that is such a tough situation.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. I mean, you've been fired. Sometimes it's better just keep your mouth shut. Say so long to those that you worked with and move on.
Yeah, well, most of the as fans, if you like somebody, you want to see their thoughts and make sure they're okay. And I think that's where a lot of that comes from. Or at least for me, I can't speak for everybody.
No, I mean it's a difficult proposition. It really is. I understand, but gosh, if I walked out the door. If I was ushered out the door, people say, don't let it hit you on the way out. So,
well, now we live in a place.
I've already boxed all my stuff up,
yeah.
so you can't, not much you need me to pack up anymore.
Right, you take everything with you every day.
Yeah.
I worked at a radio station in Oklahoma City that, and the company was known to let a lot of people go at certain times of the year because it's a big company. Around November, you start getting nervous. And we had to have a code to get onto the floor of the elevator code to get to the floor that we were on. Then we had to know the code to get on the door to our studios. And you also so around those times, you're like, if the code doesn't work, that's my time. And we all were talking about that. And I was like, hey, guys, I start checking my email before I come to work just to see if my email doesn't log in, I'm not going. I know what happened. Don't call me in on a random time to have a conversation. I know what that's about.
Ron says from Pine Bluff, by way of our Middleton Heat and Air, he says, better than a bullet? Whoa.
Most things are.
Hope they don't line us up. And
ratings were not great, guys. Line up. Hey, wait a minute. I just tell jokes. Stop.
Our whole station just went down in flames. Okay. I saw this today, and I'm thinking, all right, Justin Moore is headlining the 2026 Razorback Foundation Spring Kickoff, powered by Link U. Says multi-platinum country music star and Poen, Arkansas native Justin Moore is set to headline the 2026 Razorback Foundation Spring Kickoff April the 25th, Saturday, at Razorback Stadium. Moore and his band will kick off live music at 12:45 outside of Razorback Stadium as part of Hogtown, presented by Coca-Cola. Hogtown festivities begin at 10 a.m. in Lot 300 on the north side of Razorback Stadium. Will feature a classic car and truck show. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is really cool.
And it's nice that he's got he's got that. He's going to be playing at Magic Springs this summer. It's nice that you don't have to he's doing stuff in state.
Petting zoo, interactive games, inflatables, along with local food trucks, beer garden, canned and dry goods will be collected as part of a food drive presented by the University of Arkansas Full Circle Food Pantry. That is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hogtown. Justin Moore, 12:45 Saturday, April 25th. Be there and support our man Justin Moore and, of course, the spring game, which will be that same day. So, now, Dr. Google has instructed. He has sent down firm instructions.
Of course.
We have 2 tickets to give away to this weekend's Florida-Arkansas 3-game series. Starts Friday, but the tickets are for Saturday.
Yeah, for Saturday.
Thank you. Saturday, 2 tickets. Now, I thought we need a trivia question, and I think the trivia question should be a simple one because we want people to win.
Yeah, I didn't pay for these tickets. You can have them.
We want people to win. So, here it is. What are the hometowns, Dr. Google, of Darius Acuff Jr.
Okay.
and Malik Thomas?
I got it.
What are their hometowns?
Yeah.
See, that's pretty simple, right?
Yeah, even I can get that one.
Pretty simple. So 501-661-1037. All you got to do, give us the hometowns of Darius Acuff Jr. and, I know it's not a baseball question, Darius Acuff Jr. and Malik Thomas. And you've got 2 tickets to go watch Arkansas play this Saturday against Florida. We always attach this disclaimer. If you can't use the tickets, don't win them. Let somebody who wants to go. Okay, let's talk to Josh. Josh, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive Time Sports.
Hey, how are you?
What's up, Josh?
Oh, just trying to go watch the game on Saturday.
Well, where does Darius Acuff Jr., where does he hail from? The same for Malik Thomas.
Darius Acuff Jr. is from Detroit, Michigan, and Malik Thomas is from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
You're a winner, Josh. You're a winner.
I love it.
All right. I'm going to put you on hold. Dr. Google's going to get all of your information so you can get your tickets. Will this be done digitally?
Yeah, it's going to be digital tickets.
Okay, all right. So hang on, Josh. I like that. Man, that's how you do it right there. One simple question, one correct answer, and now we have a winner. Very good. All right, let's talk to Zeke. Zeke, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive Time Sports. How are you, Zeke?
Will you ask Josh if he wants to take my dad? I had the answer correct, so, but hey, I love y'all's show. Kramer, you're an awesome addition, sir. I believe we'll beat Arizona tomorrow. Well, I'm playing anyway.
There you go, baby. There you go.
Blue Pig, gentlemen, have a good day.
Thank you, Zeke. All right. That's just how you do it right there. This is from our Middleton Heat and Air Buzz text line. It says, how's getting fired as a head coach now a difficult situation? They all get outrageous buyouts. Did you see the latest that's going on at LSU? LSU is in the search, apparently, for another basketball coach. Now, hadn't been confirmed that there's an opening, but supposedly Will Wade, who was previously at LSU, left LSU, not necessarily by his choice, went to McNeese State, then from there, NC State, North Carolina State. Now, it appears, Will Wade is returning home, back to Baton Rouge. Waiting for the pieces to fall into place. And we mentioned Hubert Davis has been fired at North Carolina. So you got to believe will they be lining up there? I would think they would be. In spite of the controversy that's ongoing right now about the Dean Dome, or whatever you call it. But Dean Smith, they're talking about, do they renovate it? Do they move it? They wanted to move it off campus. That's raised quite a bit of resistance. Now there's apparently a place that's less than a half a mile, another area they could build, another Dean Smith arena. but they need a coach. So we'll see what happens there. One coach has already, I say one coach, but be interesting to see who the next coach will be at North Carolina. And some of the buyouts. Did you realize Nate Oates has a $18 million buyout?
Oof.
Yeah. Man. No, you're
a lot
right.
better than my cardboard box.
You're right. How's it a difficult situation? They're all getting outrageous buyouts. Yeah.
But if you can't do something you love, it does stink. Granted, money helps. But when I thought I was never going to be able to do radio again in Little Rock because I'd already worked for every company, you know what I mean? And I didn't want to move because I'm from here. So it does. When you feel like you don't have any options to do what you love, it is frustrating.
And now you're stuck with us.
Yeah.
And the point.
And the point. Yeah.
And the point. Okay.
I never talk about this. I just got a message from some of my affiliates. I do a bunch of other stuff outside of Arkansas that I don't even think you know about. But if I wouldn't be able to do all my music-based stuff, it is real frustrating.
So for those that are wondering what you're talking about, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I've done music-based radio most of my career until I started here, but I never stopped doing music-based radio. So, like, if you're driving through Oxford, Mississippi, what's up? I'm on another station called The Buzz there. And if you're driving through Pago Pago, Samoa, good for you for having a great vacation. I do nights on a station there. And if you're driving
Samoa?
Yeah, I do Samoa. I got Maui. I've got Tennessee. I've got it's 10, 15 stations.
All playing different music.
Yeah. Same me, different songs. So, like, if you're in Tennessee, hey, man, it's going to sound weird to people that know me. Classic country. But if you're in Maui or Pago Pago, it's like hip-hop. And if it's like the point here, which a lot of what I do makes sense if you really know me, but it's interesting when people find out. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't want to put that out on all my socials because no one wants to brag about what all they do. But kids are expensive, so I got to work.
No, that's understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, I admire your creativity to be able to do it that way.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. It was, I've been doing it for 20 plus years. I built a home studio like in the early 2000s. So like when COVID hit, I was well prepared to work from home because I already had a full studio. And I'd been doing all of my shows from the house at that point.
Very good.
Yeah. But I'm here in the building, everybody.
See the things we learn.
Yep.
About Dr. Google in particular.
I'm an Aries.
All right, let's see. Let's see. Where did I leave off on here? Okay, here's a question for you. Right off, you may want to just answer this. Anyway, says Kramer, how do I get started working in radio? I'd love to be a producer.
You know, there's an open right now. I don't know if they're looking for beginner. But it's, there is a job for a producer available right now here at the Buzz. You've seen the post about on air and producer. There's 2 job openings. So yeah, come up, get an application. If you're hungry, people like to be fed, and this is a good company that knows how to feed talent. So yeah, I got my start doing college radio, but that's not how everybody does it now. You can have good social media presence, or people have come over from different fields that involve sound. Like there's a bunch of different ways, but there's literally an opening right now for producer and for on-air talent.
So now you have the answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good luck, man.
So,
hit us up.
And if Kramer wants to add anything to that particular post, he can.
Yeah, I'll message him.
So that if you want to get your break, your starting radio, as there is an opening 10 o'clock. To 1 o'clock?
Yeah.
As a co-host, and then there is the producer opening. Is that for the same time slot?
I don't know what else is going to happen because there may be things move around here sometimes, so I don't know.
Sure.
But yeah, there's definitely a co-host for the Zone because Deej is doing his podcast, and it's really taken off well. And it's nice when you see people leave on terms that are celebrated. It's kind of like the Hogs when they celebrate. Like, I had 22. Nobody's talking about that because everybody talks about Acuff. No, Malik's like, yeah, man, my guy's out here doing big things, so we celebrate.
Okay, when you're reading Do you just read the headline, or does it take the headline in order for you to read the story?
It depends. Most of the time, of course, headline's going to draw me in.
Okay, here's the headline. What the Razorbacks must do to pull off the Sweet 16 shocker. No one is virtually giving Arkansas much of an opportunity tomorrow night to win. In fact, the line was 8.5, maybe 7.5 for the Arkansas-Arizona game. But I always like to click on the headlines like that because I like to look at the story, see what they're really saying. And so there's a reason Arizona's sitting number one in ESP rankings of the remaining Sweet 16 teams. Wildcats have depth, an elite coaching staff, a talent pool deep enough to win the program's first national championship, speaking of Arizona, since 1997. 97. I've said this already. I'll say it again. Arkansas has got to play physical without fouling. And I know some consider or question whether or not Arkansas has the physicality. They played physical against Tennessee. They played physical against some teams that have the like size in which Arizona will put on the floor tomorrow night. But the time that Arkansas went up against an elite team with size, most recently has been Florida. And that wasn't a very good experience at all, if we remember correctly.
Well, Coach Z this morning on one of the posts that they put out, on the official channels, was like, a lot of people are saying what we need to do. What we need to do is keep playing the game we've been playing. We can't change what we're doing.
No, that's very true.
Yeah.
That is very true. You don't try to be somebody else.
No, and especially at this point
situation.
in the game.
Yeah, no, I mean, you got to be who you are. I was looking at this last night, Dr. Google. I went back and just looked at the Florida game. Arkansas had 7 steals compared to 3 for Florida. But let's get into the real numbers. Okay. Offensive rebounding. Arkansas was out-rebounded by 2, 16-14. All right, that's not bad. Where they got hammered was on the defensive boards, 35-17 in favor of Florida. The fouls, believe it or not, relatively close, 22-19. Arkansas with 22 compared to 19 for Florida. Arkansas had more assists, had 1 more turnover, and Arkansas actually, no, I take that back. I got on the wrong line. 15. 25 fouls for Arkansas, 20 for Florida. 10 assists for Arkansas, 15 for Florida. 12 turnovers for Florida compared to 9 for Arkansas. 5 block shots for Florida compared to 1 for Arkansas. They got to be physical tomorrow night, but they cannot foul. And Pringle has got to be a contributor tomorrow night. Let's talk to...
Yeah, it's that time. Sorry. Hey, Chris, hang tight, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
By the way, the Razorbacks also put out a cute video that says, hey, there's only so many things we can put out because of the tournament. So here's 9 minutes of Trevor Brazil's dunks.
Really?
Yeah, it's a great video.
9 minutes?
9, and it's all him.
Golly.
Oh, he's so good.
Golly. All right, Drive Time Sports will continue. Up next, Nolan Souza. Stay tuned here on the Buzz Radio Network.
The NCAA tournament is underway. How's your Bud White bracket looking? Go to 1037thebuzz.com to check out the leaderboard. Experience the unmistakable difference today at D3 Auto Sales in Des Arc. D3 Auto Sales is your home for quality used trucks, SUVs, and cars from all the top brands, specializing in unique custom lifted and leveled used trucks, including 4-wheel drives. And this commitment to excellence extends to their full-service 10-bay service department as well. Also looking to Trade in or sell your vehicle? D3 Auto always pays top dollar for your pre-owned vehicle. D3Autosales.com.
Lost in the business jungle? From new or solo proprietors to established multi-owner companies, don't monkey around with your business. There's nothing better than Lion Guidance. For exceptional communication and exceptional results, hire Lion Legal to come roaring to the rescue.
Hey everybody, Justin Acri for The Zone. Coming up on Thursday, we're on the road at Brewski's in North Little Rock. Come by and see us for lunch and then come on back and watch the Hogs play on Thursday night. We'll also be joined by Nancy Holtis down at Oaklawn thanks to Winner's Circle Concierge. We've got our buddy Jose on talking about a special event in Northwest Arkansas. Trey Chappell join us from San Jose with an update on the Hogs, and we'll hear from Coach Cal and some of the players. Also, Dr. O'Malley from UAMS, Mayor Scott, Philip Martin from the Democrat Gazette, and Zach Gillum will give us the latest lines on all the hoops action from Oaklawn as well. It's The Zone on Thursday from Brewski's in North Little Rock, where sports and entertainment come crashing together. When you think CertaPro Painters, you probably think interior and exterior painting for homes and commercial properties, which we do beautifully. But did you know that we're more than just paint? CertaPro also provides expert carpentry, sheetrock repairs, deck and fence staining, and durable garage and patio concrete coatings. Whether you're refreshing your home, upgrading a commercial space, or restoring outdoor areas, we deliver professional results with the quality and service you expect. Call CertaPro Painters today or schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. CertaPro Painters, that's certainty.
Hello, Buzz listeners. It's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep in Sherwood. Listen to this. It's March Madness, the month of crazy deals. Here's what I got for you. Available 0% financing, available sales tax paid, available 0 down, and available 90 days to your first payment. Let me tell you about these deals. Ram trucks up to $12,000 off. The Jeep Compass 4x4 is 0 down, just $439 a month. Grand Cherokee 4x4, $469 a month. Now here's the big one. We got some lease deals. We're making it affordable to drive what you want. Gladiator lease, 0 down, $449 a month. Wrangler lease, just $499 a month. That's real savings in your pocket. This is the month to save big. We make it easy to buy, no pressure, no games, and don't worry about your credit. Go to FletcherCredit.com and get pre-approved in minutes. Folks, we're still buying cars every day. Bring your old car to Fletcher Dodge and turn it into cash. At Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. Shop us before you buy anywhere else. Come see us, 5922 Warden Road, or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
It's the big bass boat sale on all Ranger and Tracker boats at the open house sale. Now at Bradford Marine and ATV at all 7 statewide locations. Get the last of the boat show deals on all Ranger fiberglass bass boats with over $10,000 in extra discounts. Or the Sun Tracker Party Barge 22XP3 or Fishing Barge 22XP3 with $5,000 in discounts and a $1,000 Bass Pro gift card. Buy today, finance today, and have fun today at the open house sale going on at all Bradford Marine and ATV statewide locations. Your Ranger Tracker dealer.
From big plays to big flavor, this is Drive Time Sports, live from the Eat My Catfish studios. You've got Drive Time Sports locked in on the Buzz Radio Network. Here is Randy Rainwater.
Busy night at the Riverfront Steakhouse, Wyndham Hotel in North Little Rock. Journey in town tonight. Maybe you have a ticket, maybe you don't. Special night, though, for the Riverfront Steakhouse. They're open tonight for this great concert with Journey. And this is the special. The special. The 6-ounce filet, the mashed potatoes, the salad bar, and the rolls. Add in 3 large shrimp for just $10 extra. The 6-ounce filet is $29.50. Quite a deal, $29.50. What a value. The other option is a 12-ounce prime rib with carrots, salad bar rolls, $37.50. So you can get the 6-ounce filet and the 3 large shrimp for $39.50, or you can get the 12-ounce prime rib for $37.50. And they have wine selection, glass or bottle, special discounts, great service. Chip the gang. It's going to be busy there tonight. Better make sure you got a reservation in. 371-9000, 501-371-9000. That's tonight. Journey, Simmons Arena, Riverfront Steakhouse. Come and get it, folks. Couldn't get much better than this. The 6-ounce filet for $29.50. If you want to add on 3 large shrimp, that's $10 extra. or the 12-ounce prime rib, $37.50. 371-9000. Ask for Uncle Shapur or Cousin William. Tell him I sent you. Don't stop believing, because the specials will always continue at the Riverfront Steakhouse, Wyndham Hotel in North Little Rock.
It's time to hang loose with Razorback slugger Nolan Souza. In his freshman season, the Hawaiian had 7 home runs and 28 RBIs while making the freshman All-SEC team. He's brought to you by Seth Boyd with Shelter Insurance. For all your insurance needs, Seth Boyd can help you get the right coverage for the right price. Now, let's play ball with Nolan Souza.
Is the relief, did it provide any kind of relief at all, Nolan, when you finally got one over the wall the other day?
I would say so. I've been hitting the ball hard, and, just not really getting it in the air like I want to. And, but, it's a game of millimeters. You just hit the ball, and it's a home run versus a line out or a double. And, my goal is just to keep hitting the ball hard, not to hit it over the fence. And, if it goes over, then that's obviously a plus. But the more often you can hit the ball hard, the better.
Well, it's funny because Rutenbar was saying on that double that he had that hit the top of the fence or near the top of the fence, that when he got back to the dugout, his teammates gave him a hard time. He actually had to do push-ups. Is that true?
I don't know exactly if he did push-ups, but I was definitely giving him a hard time because, we all thought it was gone. He did too. We just had to rag him like, man, is that all you got? And so, but it was really good.
Well, that's why I wondered if they were giving you a hard time about finally hitting one out, because you got to get them off your back, don't you?
Yeah, Coach T definitely was. He jokingly was just telling me, like, hey, man, you're the only one in the lineup right now that doesn't have one this past weekend. And so I told him, I just said, don't worry about it, Coach, it's coming. And it was good to see it get over.
I don't know who would be the proper comparison to at this particular point. I jokingly said earlier that Pompey is now turned into Babe Ruth. You know who Babe Ruth is. But, all of a sudden now he's knocking them out of the park left and right. He had 0 for the longest. Now all of a sudden, he's got 5 home runs? What's going on with TJ?
That's the TJ I know. I've been waiting to see it, and I'm super happy that it's all coming together for him. And, everyone on our team is. And he works super hard for it, and so, we couldn't be happier.
Was it against Northern Colorado that Micah New made that almost impossible catch in left center? What was it like watching Micah New extend out and make that flying catch? I don't know how else to describe it. It was one of the better plays I've seen in a long time.
I think it was actually the Friday night game against South Carolina.
Was it South Carolina? Okay.
I think so. But, that was
it
crazy.
was because he hit the home run in that game, too. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Off the bat, the guy hit it, and I was like, damn, he did pretty good. And then all of a sudden, I just seen Micah just tracking it down out of nowhere. And, the way he was running after it, I was like, oh, he's going to get that thing. And then he went. That's a sick play to watch.
From home to third, who is the fastest? Nolan Souza, Christian Turner, or Damian Ruiz? Who is the fastest from home to third?
That's a good question. It just depends on the day, I guess. I think that I mean, we got a lot of guys on our team that are really fast. You could throw Micah in there.
Yeah, you could throw New in there.
CJ in there.
Yeah.
CJ can also fly. I mean, there's a lot of fast guys on our team.
Yeah, they can run. I'd love to see Christian Turner, see what he could do from home to third. That young man can really run. Let's talk to Razorback Robert. Robert, good afternoon. You got a question or comment for Nolan?
Yeah, sure do. I wanted to said something a while ago about the basketball team and some strength on how pass for the Razorbacks to win. And I've listened to a lot, and no one is really talking about if Brazil starts hitting some threes, and even I thought he hit more, but even Ewing come out there and hit a three or two. Pulling some of those big guys out, that would open up that middle for Billy Richmond and some of the other guys, and I think that might help us get some extra points there. They got the statue of Nolan, got that rolling. I'm wanting to know if we can start a campaign to get a billboard in Honolulu for the Aloy brothers and for Nolan, because Nolan. I told Randy the other day, to celebrate my wife being cancer-free, we took a cruise to Hawaii. And, Randy, I got me a Hawaiian Razorback shirt. And I was so excited when we went to Pearl Harbor. I just knew all these Hawaiian people was going to come up to me, talk about Razorback. And no one did.
Oh.
And I had to tell them about our cab driver and different ones. I said, man, you don't Souza and the Lloyd brothers, and we need to get a billboard up where they'll be better acquainted with what these guys are doing over here. And I've got a question for you, Nolan. I know Randy's going to slap me on the hand for this. Saturday at 1 o'clock. And would you be throw that ball high enough if I throw this ball down to get you to sign it? Because you get it back to Mac.
And you said you're going to do it where?
So how early?
1 o'clock Saturday.
Let me ask this question for you, Bob. Let me ask this question for you. Nolan, how early would someone need to get a baseball to you to get it signed? I mean, I'm thinking you take batting practice when? Saturday. Is that the time that someone could get your autograph on a baseball while the team is taking batting practice?
I mean, either then or after the game would be. I mean, after the game was completely done, so that's also would be a good time.
After the game would be good.
After the game, Bob.
I got you, Randy. I'll have to chase him down like the bloodhound. But anyway, I just want to tell you, we try to make the trip up there. We're coming up there actually twice this year, and we're excited about you guys coming over playing ball for us. And I'm always really interested in the way the fans welcome all the Hawaiian guys. So, Randy, love the show.
All right, thank you, Bob. Razorback Bob. Razorback Robert.
Before we go to Keith and your next question, Chris called in off the air. I want to let you know you got a lot of fans in Clarksdale, Mississippi, because they went to go see you play in Oxford last year and got a chance to meet you with his family. He wanted to say, man, everybody loves you there.
Do you remember that?
Appreciate it.
He may not remember that. That's okay. That is okay. All right, we are getting well. Let's go ahead and try. I can always put him on hold. That's the way it works around this joint. And all right, Big Keith, you got a question or comment for Nolan Souza? Doing great. How about you?
Doing good. Hey, Nolan, I just wanted to ask you about that three-strike at bat that the coach got on to you about. It looked like kind of what you were trying to swing away to the fences or something. Did you get outside the box a little bit, trying to swing too much?
Did you get outside? Thank you, Keith. You understand the question, Nolan? Question was, did Coach Van Horn get on to you? He got on to Cahill Alloy pretty good yesterday on that second strikeout when he chased one about 2 feet over into the left-handed batter's box. But did Coach get on you for maybe chasing some pitches? I think that was the question Keith had.
And he definitely has a lot of times. And, this past weekend, South Carolina, I think it was Sunday game, too good. And, coaches are definitely hard on us. So, everyone wants to win. And so, Coach Van Horn and Coach Thompson, they're on me. They said some things. And, you got to be able to take it as a player and use it to learn from it and feel you for your next at-bat. And, turned my day around and had a pretty good day that day.
Yeah, I think you had a great series against South Carolina. All right, hang tight, Nolan. We got to step away for a moment. Nolan Souza, thanks to Seth Boyd Insurance. I'm Randy Rainwater. Drive Time Sports will continue in just one moment.
Register now for the 2026 Buzz Spring Golf Tournament presented by Tito's Handmade Vodka, April 13th at Burns Park Golf Course. Register at 1037thebuzz.com.
Get ready, Arkansas. Racing's biggest weekend is here. Bet the action anytime with Oaklawn Anywhere at bet.oaklawn.com. New members can score a sign-up bonus of up to $200 when you use promo code BUZZ26 and earn points for cash back on every wager. Then join the excitement at the Racing Festival of the South. It all kicks off Thursday with the $200,000 Hot Spring Stakes. Friday is Fantasy Stakes Day, featuring the $1 million Grade 2 Fantasy Stakes and a torpedo and a bobblehead giveaway. And Saturday, it's Arkansas Derby Day. 14 races, gates open at 10 a.m., first post at 11:30. Headlined by the $1.5 million Grade 1 Arkansas Derby. Enjoy infield entertainment, food trucks, the Kids Zone, and the Arkansas Derby Hat Contest. Don't miss the action, and don't forget, bet anytime at bet.oaklawn.com with promo code BUZZ26 to earn your bonus. Oaklawn, where champions run.
Roger Scott for Gravely Mowers. You know, when it comes to beautiful lawns, nothing cuts like a Gravely. And when it comes to cutting prices, there's nothing like Gravely's biggest sale of the year, Mow the Distance. And this year, it's bigger than ever, because from March 19th through the 28th, you can take advantage of up to 20% off all Gravely commercial mowers. So, hurry on down now to your local authorized Gravely dealer, like Chapel Hardware in Pine Bluff or Triple C Sales and Service in Conway.
I'm Alan LeVar. For 25 years, my team and I have helped injury victims across Arkansas. This is our home. We don't work for insurance companies, we work for you. Car crash, truck wreck, motorcycle collision. We know how to win, and if you can't come to us, we'll come to you. Your consultation is always free and confidential. Hurt in the car? Call LeVar. Arkansas strong for 25 years and ready when you need us. LeVar Law. Arkansas built, Arkansas trusted.
If you already scheduled your garage door tune-up for just $79, please disregard this message. If you don't have a garage door, you're off the hook. For the rest of you, why would you spend more than just $79? Overhead Door Company of Little Rock will perform their garage door tune-up and safety inspection for just $79 on up to 3 garage doors and openers. Call 501-510-6399 or schedule online, overheaddooroflittlerock.com.
Arkansas Municipal Equipment in Poen, founded over a decade ago by Daniel and Vanessa Ellison. They lease and sell trucks, trash carts, roll-off dumpsters, and street sweepers. Proud to be Arkansas's only authorized dealer for New Way refuse trucks and Timco street sweepers. Your authorized dealer for Galfab roll-off and hook lift trucks. You can get parts and service for all makes and models with technicians traveling the state to take care of you.
AME, it's the service after the sale.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, this is Drive Time Sports. The #1 sports radio show in Arkansas. Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network.
Stop dreaming. Start moving. Let First Security Mortgage help guide you through the process of buying your home so you can get the loans to meet your needs. With First Security, get an experienced mortgage lender you can trust. Someone who knows the mortgage products to help you secure the financing you need to purchase your new home. Multiple loan options are available. Let First Security help you find the right financing. Our experienced local lenders know the community because they live here. At fsbmortgageloan.com, you can find one of our lenders in your area and connect with them anytime. Get your questions answered and start the mortgage process. Convenient online applications at fsbmortgageloan.com. That's member FDIC, equal housing lender, only in Arkansas. Bank better with First Security Bank.
It's time to hang loose with Razorback slugger Nolan Souza. In his freshman season, the Hawaiian had 7 home runs and 28 RBIs while making the freshman All-SEC team. He's brought to you by Seth Boyd with Shelter Insurance. For all your insurance needs, Seth Boyd can help you get the right coverage for the right price. Now, let's play ball with Nolan Souza.
Well, Nolan, I have noticed that you have begun. You've already started, but you're back to the head first slides. Does that mean you've got total confidence now in that shoulder?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it definitely took a little bit, but I mean, I'm confident that my shoulder's all good. I mean, if I have the opportunity to be first, just because. But if it's a play where it makes sense to, and I need to be getting into the bag fast, and I mean, I'm going to do what I got to do to help the team win. So,
yeah, you're always reading. You're a defender, do you not? As you're making your way into, would it be second base or third base? It doesn't matter what bag it is, but you're watching that defender to know maybe what side of the base you need to slide to, or whether or not you need to go in head first or not.
Yep, 100%.
It looks like the pieces have kind of fallen into place. That is, you at second base. Well, Reese Robin hit it first, but second base, Nolan Souza. Shortstop, Cam Kozel, and T.J. Pompey at third. Is that kind of what you're feeling now after moving players around, trying to find the right combinations? Does that look like the pieces are now starting to fit into place, Nolan?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think that, especially with the way that we've been playing, I mean, I don't see why you would really switch things up. I mean, if there's ever a need to, then, I mean, we've got really good players on our team, and I think, I mean, everyone that's in the lineup right now could play any position on the infield, but, I mean, the way it is now, I mean, we're playing really good, and so I'll probably stick with it.
Well, everybody's starting to understand their roles. You're not seeing as many mistakes being made. Now, what a crazy scenario. I know you've seen this. I mean, if you play enough with these composite bats, you're going to see it eventually later. But the UCA left-handed batter was kind of jammed, and the bat basically snapped in half. Have you ever seen anything like that happen before?
I've saw it once before, but it was a two-piece bat. It was 2 years ago at the SEC tournament. That broke in half, but I mean, with a two-piece bat, it's a little more understandable. I mean, I've never seen it with a one-piece bat like that where it just snapped on the handle.
It was, I mean, there was probably 12 inches of bat from the knob up to where it broke. I mean, it looked like it was just a clean break. How crazy. All right, we've got Clark. Clark, good afternoon. You have a question or comment for Nolan Souza?
Yes, I do. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, great.
Sure.
Caller.
Thank you.
And I'm a very big fan of your show. You and Rick, so I appreciate you guys. And also, I want You are absolutely my favorite player. I was so hurt when you got hurt last year, and I kept looking for you to come back because I was like, you got to come back. You got to come back. But to make a comment and say, you're out. I love you hitting the ball right now. So keep doing it.
Appreciate that.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Clark. Thank you, Clark. I think the when you are taking that ball into the left center field alley, that to me says you are on your game. Is that kind of how you feel, Nolan? When you are hitting that ball with authority into that left center field alley, it seems to open up everything for you at bat.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely a big part of it. I mean, a lot of teams, especially in today's game, like to play a shift, and a lot of times they like to shift you full side. And so being able to use the backside of the field, I mean, there's usually a lot of gap over there, and, it also kind of makes the infield move back to more straight up, how it normally would be. And then that opens up hits for you on the pull side as well. So being able to hit the ball both ways is definitely really important.
Don't you feel like you have as much authority hitting the ball with as much authority the left center as you do pulling the ball to right?
Yes, I would say so.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. What about this Florida series?
I mean, we know that they're a really good team. They've had some tough series recently, but when teams are like that, they're definitely dangerous because, like any other team in the league, they want to be winning, and so do we. And so we can't take them any lighter just because maybe some series or some things haven't gone their way recently. We need to come into this series knowing that we have a really good opponent and, get on them early and just keep pouring it on when we can.
Have you ever, and I'm asking all these have you ever type questions, but have you ever been involved in an offense that put together the 22 runs against South Carolina and then against UCA just yesterday, 10 consecutive batters reached base? Have you ever been part of anything like that, Nolan, before?
I don't know if I've been a part of with that many runs, but, I would compare it. Last year's team, obviously really good offense, and I also had some games where we've scored ridiculous amounts of runs. So, it's good to see because last year's team was really good, and being able to compare this year's team to that is obviously a good thing.
I've been part of a bunch of teams, but I'm not sure I've ever been part of a team where 10 consecutive batters reach base. That's pretty phenomenal. I don't want to be the one that makes the first out. I know that.
100%.
I don't want to be the one that makes that first out. Defensively, as a team, you started off kind of rugged at times. Lately, it seems like things have started to smooth themselves out. I know TJ had a couple of errors the other day against South Carolina, but in that one inning. But do you feel like overall you're starting now? Zach out in right field, and then Micah in center field, Ruiz in left field, and we've already talked about the infield. No need to talk about Ryder Helfrich, how good he is. But do you feel like overall the defense is, as a whole, is beginning to settle in?
Yeah, I would say so. Definitely as the season goes on and, people kind of settle into their spots, that all comes together and, just playing as a team. And as the season goes on, it just continues to get better and better.
Yeah, it's all starting to fall into place. All right, Nolan, thank you, my friend. Thanks to Seth Boyd Insurance for making this possible. Sure. Good luck this weekend as you take on the Florida Gators. Thank you, Nolan.
Sure, thank you.
Nolan Souza, thanks to Seth Boyd Insurance. Coming up next, we're going to mosey out. Yeah. Mosey out.
Do you know your way?
To San Jose. Yeah, baby, coming up next. Trey Shapp. He's been busy already today. Stay with us. Drive Time Sports, hour number 3, straight ahead.
Guadney Buick GMC's March Mania sale is back in play, and the competition is crying foul over Guadney's unheard-of low prices. Guadney Buick GMC is passing the savings to you, making all the deals this month a slam dunk. 2026 Buick Encore GX as low as $199 per month. Get power, performance, and savings with 2026 Sierra 3/4 ton Denali with diesel, available at just 3.9%. So make the call to 501-945-4444 and envision yourself in a Buick Envision at just 0.9%. Guadney Buick GMC is playing for keeps, and March Mania is the best time to upgrade your trade. You know where to find them, next to Sam's in Northland Rock. Now's the time to rebound from your current ride to the latest Buick and GMC has to offer. All offers with approved credit. Some offers require an eligible trade credit. That's Guadney Buick GMC in Northland Rock. GMC, we are professional grade.
Ortho Arkansas presents Razorback infielder Cam Kojal each week when he joins Morning Mayhem this baseball season. Ortho Arkansas, orthopedic care for everyday pain and injuries.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
We know it, and we're proud of it. 103.7 The Buzz.
It's going to be a very dry day today, and as those conditions continue to stay with us, so does the risk of fire. The Arkansas Department of Agriculture says that more than 2,000 acres of land have already burned, and that number is expected to grow. Just yesterday, crews were seen fighting fire in the woods in Little Rock near the Shackelford Crossings Shopping Center. It was one of nearly 50 fires that crews had to contain lately. And it's all putting a strain on first responders as well. Many crews who are crossing county lines need to help assist other crews. Emergency leaders are also asking everyone to be careful, saying that a single spark can lead to yet another fire. First responders are monitoring burn sites to make sure nothing is rekindled. They're asking the public to avoid burning entirely, even if your county is not currently under a burn ban. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm Kara Case, Jessica Rockwell.
Chris Kane joins Morning Mayhem each Monday to mix it up with the guys. Chris Kane on Morning Mayhem is presented by Trader Bill's. Trader Bill's, your one-stop shop for all things lake.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
Skies become mostly clear for Wednesday with temperatures in the mid-80s. Expected southwesterly winds, a little breezy at times, 15 to 20 mile-an-hour gusts are possible. That elevated risk for wildfire danger continues for Wednesday. Continue to practice your wildfire safety precautions. Mostly clear skies overnight with temperatures dropping to the low 60s into Thursday morning. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm Arkansas Storm Team meteorologist Jenna Warner.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Tito's Handmade Vodka presents the 2026 1037 The Buzz Spring Golf Tournament, Monday, April 13th at Burns Park Golf Course. Registration's now open, so go to 1037thebuzz.com to register your 4-person team. Prizes are going to be awarded in both morning and afternoon flights. The 2026 1037 The Buzz Spring Golf Tournament, Monday, April 13th at the Burns Park Golf Course, presented by Tito's Handmade Vodka. With special thanks to Corky's Ribs and Barbecue, Sonic, and Michelob Ultra.
Hi, it's Frank Fletcher from the Fletcher Dodge store here in Sherwood. Folks, if you're shopping for a new car or truck, I hope you'll come see us and give us a chance to earn your business. We have huge discounts, 0% financing available, and we'll give you $1,000 over Kelly Blue Book value for your trade-in. Folks, I guarantee you a hassle-free buying experience. And if you've had credit problems in the past, listen to this. We have an easy pre-approval process. Just go to FletcherCredit.com to get started. You can be pre-approved in minutes. It's really not hard. FletcherCredit.com. Folks, we're also still buying cars every day. If you got an old car or truck you want to turn into cash, bring it to Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood and ask for Chris or Andy. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Shop in person or shop online at FletcherDeals.com. Thank you.
Car wreck? Call Rainwater Holt in Sexton.
888-8888.
8 for a fast response. 8 for results. 8 for Arkansas.
Anywhere in the state, dial 8.
888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
Hawks Homes is Arkansas's #1 dealer. They have more inventory than anyone in Arkansas. Been in business for 40 years. Hawks offers custom-built manufactured and modular homes, 1 to 5 bedroom homes that can be built to accommodate all your needs, and right now use your tax return as a down payment. If you don't have land to place your home, we can help you find it and finance it all in one loan. If you need help with utilities or dirt work, we can help with that as well. See Hawks Homes online at hawkshomes.net.
Trey Schapp is following the Razorbacks through the NCAA tournament with live reports from the road. Coverage is brought to you by First Security Bank, Bet Saracen, Sunstar Insurance, Bale Chevrolet, Kaufman by Design West, and the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery.
Welcome to Moe's. Everyone knows that coming into Moe's for our Mo Monday special is the best deal in burritos. But what about those other 6 days? Well, let me introduce the new Mo Value Meal. Junior burrito, side of queso, chips, salsa, and a fountain drink for only $9.99. And the best part, it's available all day, every day at Moe's Southwest Grill. Now here's my daughter Andy Kate with a special reminder.
Remember, kids eat free on Sundays. Welcome to Moe's.
FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Sports, is now available in Arkansas. With FanDuel, you can get in on college hoops action any night of the week because Oaklawn Sports, powered by FanDuel, has all your favorite college basketball bets from points to rebounds to which team you think is going to win. Plus, you can even combine your bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at an even bigger payout. And for a limited time, new Arkansas customers get started with $300 in bonus bets, guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. So just visit FanDuel.com/Arkansas to sign up today. That's FanDuel.com/Arkansas to get started with $300 in bonus bets when you place your first $5 bet. Play your game with FanDuel, now available in Arkansas. 21 plus and present in Arkansas. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Experience the unmistakable difference today at D3 Auto Sales in Des Arc. D3 Auto Sales is your home for quality used trucks, SUVs, and cars from all the top brands, specializing in unique custom lifted and leveled used trucks, including four-wheel drives. And this commitment to excellence extends to their full-service 10-bay service department as well. Also looking to trade in or sell your vehicle? D3 Auto always pays top dollar for your pre-owned vehicle. D3AutoSales.com.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, it's time for Arkansas's #1 caller-driven sports show. It's Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network with your hosts, Randy Rainwater and Rick Schaeffer. Lock it in and get ready to dial us up. Drive Time Sports is on the air.
Hour number 3 of Drive Time Sports here of the Buzz Radio Network. I'm Randy Rainwater from the capital city.
Coverage of the 2026 NCAA Tournament on the Buzz is sponsored by First Security. First Security Bank. Bank better. Bet Saracen. Bet Saracen is the leader in sports betting in Arkansas. Make sure you have the Bet Saracen app downloaded to your mobile device. Bet with Saracen and start winning today. The Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. This is winning. And Sunstar Insurance of Arkansas. Sunstar Insurance. Shining bright across Arkansas as one of the fastest growing insurance agencies in the natural state. Now, let's head to Portland, Oregon and join Trey Schapp.
We might need to edit that.
Yeah, I think we need to edit that one. Well, it's been a few days since Trey's been actually in Portland. He is now in San Jose. What's going on, Trey?
What's up, Double R? How are you?
Man, it's beautiful here today, about 81 degrees.
Oh,
And,
nice.
yeah, really nice. How's it there in San Jose?
Well, the walk over to the arena was nice. It was nice and sunny this morning, but I've been inside in the bowels of the arena here,
Mhm.
so haven't been able to get outside today. But it was nice yesterday.
So, have you had a chance to see this Arizona team up and close?
Yeah, I got a chance to look at them on the practice floor just a little while ago, and they're big. They are they are really big, and it's going to be a tough matchup for Arkansas. There's no question about that.
Any feedback, Trey, that you're getting thus far on maybe the availability of Nick Pringle?
He says he's going to play. I asked him, what percentage was he right now? He said 85%. I said, you going to be able to play? He said, yes, sir. He goes, I said, are you going to play? He said, yes, sir. That's the plan. That's the plan. Yes, sir. So in fact, that whole exchange between he and I in the locker room is up on our social media right now. So you can go see it for yourself if you want to. But, yeah, he says he's going to play tomorrow.
The other two teams that are there, Purdue, Texas. What's the buzz concerning Texas? I mean, I know they're trying to say now Cinderella, and certainly Sean Miller doesn't want to be referenced any term called Cinderella with his Longhorns, but that definitely, I think, is a surprise. Do you not agree, Trey, at this point, of Texas being there?
Yeah, Randy, I think it is a surprise because this time last week they had just flown overnight from Dayton to Portland, Oregon to play in the round of to get into the first round of the tournament, having to come out of the first four by beating North Carolina State on a Tremont Mark jumper there in Dayton. And then they got through BYU, they got through Gonzaga, and here they are going against the 2 seed, the Purdue Boilermakers. And you look at Texas, and they're a team that just keeps on finding a way to win. And, yeah, they're not a Cinderella. When you have the largest budget of any athletic department in the country, you cannot be a Cinderella.
No.
I don't care if you go in as the 68th place team. You're not a Cinderella.
No, I'm sure they have spent probably $15 million plus on that roster, but nevertheless, from the matchup, from the type of matchup we're looking at, Trey, against Arizona, you've had a chance to see most, if not all, of the SEC teams in person. Who would you say Arizona reminds you of? I want, obviously, to compare them to Florida, but who would you compare Arizona to someone in the SEC?
Well, Randy, I think that's a good comparison. And we know what happened when Arkansas went
Sure.
to Gainesville and played Florida, and they got demolished. Could that happen tomorrow? I mean, it could. You'd like to think that it won't happen. But it's a difficult matchup. There's no question about that. But I do think having Nick Pringle, if he can give you 10, 11, 12 minutes, that's a plus for the Razorbacks. One thing to think about with Arizona and with Tommy Lloyd, their head coach, they've gotten into the tournament every year. They've had that success. It's getting past the Sweet 16, getting to the Elite Eight where they have kind of struggled. And maybe that struggle continues tomorrow. Maybe Arkansas is able to pull off the upset.
Sure. Any word on Knox, Carter Knox? I know Cal talked about maybe if they got to the Final Four, but he supposedly is ahead of schedule. Any talk about Carter Knox?
Well, when they were out there practicing today, he was sitting on the bench, so he was not even going through workouts today. So that tells me that it more likely would be the Final Four if they're able to win 2 games here in San Jose and get to Indianapolis before he would be able to go. And I know that's a tough blow for the Razorbacks. It was a tough injury that he suffered back during the end of the regular season, but just a meniscus tear. Thankfully, it wasn't anything more serious, but the fact that he is not able to go, that hurts because you'd like to have him in a game like you're going to play tomorrow against Purdue, but he's not able to go, you just got to go with what you have. And so it looks like it's a instead of a six-man rotation, going to be 7 with Pringle in there. But Coach Cal said, don't be surprised if Seeley is able to get in and, make some plays for the Razorbacks. And I overheard Malik Thomas in the locker room earlier today talking about, hey, Seeley can play. I know he missed a shot in the game against High Point, a little putback, but he's a guy that can get in there and maybe give you some minutes and battle if your bigs really need a rest.
Yeah, he's played a whopping 2 minutes in 2 games.
Right.
Yeah, he's really been tearing it up these first couple of games. Was this media day as well?
Yes, so we got to go into the locker room. Coach Cal and Trevon Brazil and Billy Richmond were on the podium. Everybody else was made available in the locker room, and so all that was going on. And I hope Dr. Google got the email from me, or the link that some of that sound is already back there. So I don't know if you've been able to play it or
no.
what, but it should be back there. I'm gonna work on chopping some of that up for later for tomorrow, obviously, but haven't had time to get to it yet.
What did Coach Cal have to say?
That's a good question, because I wasn't in there hearing Randy. I was in the locker room getting sound. I did see the comment about Seeley, though, that if he needs to, don't be surprised if he plays. So I do know he said that. The other thing, I think I just listened to the beginning, and he said he likes coaching this team. He likes his team, and I think that's something that keeps him energized. They've been out here, they left last Tuesday to fly to Portland, and so they've stayed on the West Coast. They didn't go back to Fayetteville after the win over High Point. They stayed out here, came down to Sacramento on Sunday, and went to a Kings game. Coach Cal was sitting courtside with Kenny Payne, his top assistant, at the Kings game, and then came down here yesterday, bus from Sacramento to San Jose. It's about an hour-and-a-half bus ride, but there's a lot to see when you're looking out the window here, and driving from Sacramento to San Jose, there are a lot of buildings and stuff that you can look at as opposed to just farmland if you're driving across the countryside. So, but other than that, I don't know what he said on the podium. I'm going to go get the PDF of the comments from him and kind of skim through them and read through them and see what's important. And then we're going to get that chopped up for everybody tomorrow.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to sound like
That's okay.
Putting you on the spot, but
there's so much to do out here.
Well, I forget at the NCAA, and even for that matter at the SEC tournament level, they open up the locker room.
Time. Yeah,
well, they open up the locker room, which is totally opposite from what normally you get a player or two and the head coach, and that's it. But no, this is where you open up the locker room. So I'm guessing who was the should I even ask who garnered the most attention in the locker room? Would it be a guy named DC?
Yeah, DC. Yeah, Acuff was the one that did. Randy, you're exactly right. And
or DA. My bad.
DA. Yeah, Darius Acuff Jr. I did get a quick video of him with the throng of media that was surrounding his seat. And so think about this. If you can picture for yourself, you've got Malik Thomas, 2 seats to Darius's right, and you've got him sitting in his seat. And in between the two is Amari Brown. And he is sitting there, and he's like, you've got media talking to Malik, you've got media talking to Darius, and he's just kind of just sitting there like, oh, my gosh, what is going on? He was kind of trapped.
Yeah.
But, we gave him the microphone again, as we did last week in Portland. So he actually interviewed Malik Thomas today, his good buddy from Pittsburgh. They grew up together. And so he kind of asked him about, we grew up watching the NCAA basketball tournament. It's pretty cool to be here now and competing. And so that was pretty neat, I think, between the two. And so, Mr. Brown is doing a good job for us.
All right.
So far.
All right.
Hopefully he gets to do one more interview. Or actually 3 more would be nice.
Yeah,
but one
exactly.
more here in San Jose before we get to Indianapolis.
There you go. Speaking of the media, is there much representation from the state of Arkansas?
Now, believe it or not, Randy, more flew out than were in Portland. Yeah, it seems like that. I know Jack Allen from Channel 7 is here. I asked him. I said, when did you get in? I mean, because we showed up at the hotel yesterday about the same time, and he said, just flew in, yesterday morning. He had to leave at 5 a.m. I left at 6 a.m. And but he said that it was not a cheap ticket, and it has not been a cheap ticket. Everything's a little more expensive here in California than it was in Oregon, but the flights were extremely, extremely expensive.
Did you have any travel delays?
No, none whatsoever yesterday. It was great. Left Little Rock at 6 o'clock, landed in Dallas about 7:15, and the taxi to the gate did have to wait a little bit on the gate. But once we got off the plane, it was get on the tram, went from B gate to A gate, walked to A18, and 5 minutes standing around. And then they opened the doors and boarded the plane to San Francisco, and actually flew into San Francisco instead of San Jose because I was able to save the station about $350 to $400. Actually, a little more than that, I think. About $600 in savings by going that route.
Good gracious. Just flying to San Francisco. Now, how far is San Francisco from San Jose?
It's about 35 minutes.
Okay.
Well, the airport's about 30 minutes. So it's like driving from Conway. It's not bad at all.
No big deal. Yeah, no big deal.
No.
So from a refreshed standpoint, I know there was some that were feeling maybe fatigue, may have said it against High Point. Now, that was a high-tempo game. But in watching the players today, Trey, could you tell I would think if nothing else, what they may have accomplished by not returning to Arkansas, because you got to roll the clock back a couple of hours.
Mm-hmm.
You got that 2-hour time difference between the West Coast and Central Time. How refreshed, did they look like they have their legs back?
Yeah, they really did, Randy. They looked like a fresh basketball team, and I think you have to give credit to their training staff, their nutritionist that's traveling with them. I did see after their practice session today, they had In-N-Out burgers and shakes waiting on them outside of the locker room. So, yeah, that's big out here in California, In-N-Out burger. You can get them in Texas because there's one. I know there's one in Rockwall where I go to a lot, but they are really, really good. But so that might be on the docket for after I leave the arena today once we're done with everything is maybe go find an In-N-Out around here. But they were able to do that. And the other thing, too, I noticed in the game against High Point, there were times during the media timeouts that trainer Matt Townsend was really working on Billy Richmond and his calf muscles and trying to keep him from cramping up. And I think that's something that now that they've been here for a couple of days, if they're able to hydrate well, that hopefully he does not have that issue. He's had that issue in some games this year, and you obviously don't want him to have that issue tomorrow because you want him to be able to go 100% for as long as he can. But I think they looked like a refreshed team today when they were going through their practices. We only got to see 15 minutes of it, but still, they were hopping around, moving around. They looked like a refreshed, energized team.
Trey, every venue is different. No two are alike. It seems like you can say that. What about the background there at San Jose? Because that, to me, how quickly you can adapt. And I don't know if they'll get another opportunity besides the one they got today to work out in the actual game facility. But were you able to kind of check out the background to see what the shooting may be into that arena?
It's not as tight-knit as Bud Walton or some of the places, but it is very similar to what they just played in Portland in the Moda Center. The only difference here is they still have the ice down here because the San Jose Sharks of the NHL play hockey in here, and they do have some of the boards up, the hockey boards and stuff, to where they've cut out to where they've put some of the media seating on both sides of the floor. But they will have another chance tomorrow morning, or tomorrow, I believe, probably in the morning, not as early as you might think, but shoot-arounds tomorrow here inside of the arena. So they will have one more chance to get shots up in the arena. But they had a pretty long practice session today, too, and I know that they didn't take all of it. because there were some players walking off of the court well before the horn sounded for their allotted time to be up. But they will have one more chance tomorrow to get inside and get some shots up before the tip. And the fact that they're playing the second game, if they were playing the first game of the session, they would have even more time to get shots up because the floor opens at 55 minutes before tip. The fact that Texas and Purdue are going to play in front of them, they will only have about the 25-minute warm-up time after the end of the Texas and Purdue basketball game.
Yeah. Matchups, Trey. That's always the name of the game. I even suggested. I was talking with Kevin McPherson about this yesterday. Could we see maybe a little bit of zone from Arkansas?
I don't know about that. It's funny, Randy, you asked that question because I asked the same question of Steve Weedor back in our tournament in Evansville when we were going up against SEMO, a team that really liked to kind of push the ball, and you might have had trouble staying in front of him. And I said, would we ever play a zone? He goes, no, we're not going to go zone. I don't think Cal's going to do that. Would it surprise me if he did? I would say no, it wouldn't surprise me, but I just don't think they're going to do that. I think that they would. I mean, I guess so, Randy, I could see them packing the paint and trying to keep the ball out of the middle and just daring Arizona to shoot from the outside. But if you do that, you're going to have to be able to find a guy and box him out instead of in a man-to-man to where you know where your guy is. If you're in a zone, then you got to quick eyes. You got to know where a guy is, and you got to go block him out to try and get that defensive rebound.
Well, that's why I was saying on the matchup that Arkansas had and who would they compare with in the SEC being the Florida Gators. Arkansas was hammered on the boards in that game against Florida. And with this kind of size, they're going to throw out. That is, Arizona's going to throw out. And then you certainly don't want to get into foul problems. That's the issue to me more than anything else is foul problems. And that's where maybe you could pick up a few minutes. Maybe you have to bring the who is it? I've gone brain dead. The 7-footer off the bench.
Yeah, the big one. Yeah, you have to bring in. Yep, Elmir,
yeah. Not Igor.
You don't want to have to do that. Well, I mean, if you have to, you have to. But I will say this. I think if Arkansas can stay out of foul trouble, and if you remember the game at Florida, they were not hitting their shots.
No.
They struggled from the floor.
Absolutely.
If they struggle from the floor tomorrow, it's going to be a tough game for the Razorbacks. But if they are hitting their shots, if they can get the high 70s into the 80s, maybe even into the 90s, that tells me that Arkansas is making shots and they have a really good chance to win the game.
Yeah, I think the magic number, Trey, is 80. If Arkansas against Arizona, it may be different from team to team. I thought it was going to take 90 to beat High Point.
Right. High Point. Yeah.
Because of their offense. And Arkansas.
Well, it took 88.
So I think it may take 80 at least if you want to beat Arizona. And how big is the arena, by the way? I meant to ask that earlier.
It's comparable to Simmons Bank Arena. I mean, it may look a little bit bigger because it has seating on both ends, unlike Simmons Bank that has the one end where there's not a whole lot of seating in the upper deck. But it's comparable to that. It probably seats. Let's see if they've got it in the game notes what the capacity is here, and they don't. But I would think that it's probably around 20,000.
Then why not Simmons Arena? Bring back the NCAA tournament. The Simmons Arena.
Here's why, Randy. Here's why. You got to have hotel space, which I think they're working on that. The other thing is you have to have ribbon boards, and they don't have them.
Really? You have to have ribbon boards?
They want to be able to put their advertisements and their logos on the ribbon boards, the scoreboard. They don't have it. You look at all these arenas that are hosting right now, they are top-notch. Ribbon boards and all that stuff. Yeah, Simmons Bank doesn't have it.
All right, Trey. We'll talk with you tomorrow. That is our man, Trey Schaeffer.
All right, sounds good.
Tune in to Out of Bounds each Monday for Weekend Recap, brought to you by Fleet Management Services. Serving Central Arkansas for over 20 years, they're your small to mid-sized fleet specialists that also takes care of our fleet at Signal Media. Fleet Management Services is now hiring for Loop Tech, Tire Tech, and light maintenance. 8 paid holidays and paid vacation, paid health insurance, and 401k. Paid depends on experience and signing bonus. Apply in person at 901 East 8th Street in Little Rock.
It's the big bass boat sale on all Ranger and Tracker boats at the open house sale. Now at Bradford Marine and ATV at all 7 statewide locations. Get the last of the boat show deals on all Ranger fiberglass bass boats with over $10,000 in extra discounts. Or the Sun Tracker Party Barge 22XP3 or Fishing Barge 22XP3 with $5,000 in discounts and a $1,000 Bass Pro gift card. Buy today, finance today, and have fun today at the open house sale going on at all Bradford Marine and ATV statewide locations. Your Ranger Tracker dealer.
With living in luxury at Southland Casino Hotel, the good life is closer than you think. Members get 1 entry with every 100 points earned playing on their Lucky North Rewards card, plus 1 free entry daily. Win free play at our hourly drawings and don't miss our Saturday grand prize drawings in March. You could win a home theater package, premium massage chair, outdoor jacuzzi, and $250,000 cash. Luxurious prizes await at Southland. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Around here, reputation matters. That's why homeowners and business owners turn to the professionals at CertaPro Painters for their painting projects. From detailed residential painting to professionally managed commercial projects, our crews deliver craftsmanship that protects your investment and enhances curb appeal. Spring weather won't last forever, and neither will the open slots on the schedule. If painting is on your list this year, now's the time. Call CertaPro Painters or visit CertaPro.com and reserve your spring project today. That's Certa with a C. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 501-382-9100. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 501-382-9100. That's 501-382-9100.
Hey, this is Mitch at Red River Auto, and we get people ask us all the time how we sell so many vehicles. Folks, I believe it's because we're one of the auto dealers out there that are full transparent. A lot of folks are advertising prices online, then you walk into the store and they add a $1,900 or a $2,900 fee for whatever reason. Now, occasionally a car dealer might have a mistake on online price, but if that's your practice, it's just simply wrong. At Red River Auto Group, the price you see is what you get. Check us out at redriverauto.com.
Now back to the Drive Time Sports Eat My Catfish studios. When sports and catfish meet, you know you're going to have a good time. You've got Drive Time Sports locked in on the Buzz Radio Network. Here is Randy Rainwater.
Looking for a great place to work? Go to doublebs.com and apply online. And this is the time of the year with March Madness going crazy. How about Chester's Chicken or the Big Rock Pizza and the delis? And if you're near Clinton, don't forget to stop by for some, or Cabot for that matter, some delicious Baskin-Robbins ice cream. And if you're in a hurry, you can always pay at the pump with your Exxon or Phillips 66 mobile apps at all stores. And be sure and sign up and pay with your Exxon credit card, where you get 10 cents off a gallon at the pump. And I'll say it again until you do it. That is the Double B's Cashiers. Be sure and ask the Double B's Cashier. Best sign up for rewards card when you save money on purchases at all the stores. They've got those great March Madness deals. And tomorrow, my favorite, the Supreme Pizza and Cheese Pizza for $19.99 at your Double Beach Delis. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. Make it Double B's. And one other reminder, the time's running out, folks. That inventory clearance sale going on right now at Hawks Homes, where you can save thousands on remaining clearance models. 1, 2, 3, and 4 bedrooms available for immediate delivery. If you don't have land, don't worry. Hawks can finance the land and the home together in one payment. Start investing your money into your own property. And through the end of March, have a lender offering $500 down land home loans with certain credit scores. If you already have a place to put your home, also offering 3% down home-only loans with certain credit scores. And remember, we can always custom build your new home for you as well. If you can dream it, they can build it. That's Hawks Homes, locations Conway and Bryant, with over 65 models to select from. Go online, hawkshomes.net.
Rolling with Nolan on Drive Time Sports is brought to you by Arkansas Municipal Equipment. Go to ametrucks.com. Arkansas Municipal Equipment. Service after the sale.
You know, Coach, you're stuck with me today. Rick's out, so it's just me and you today. We gotta suck it up and get ready and hit that hardwood, right, Coach?
I mean, that's what it's all about. You got to do it.
Do the juices start flowing about now? I mean, I know this is the Sweet 16. Then you got the Elite 8, the Final 4. Or have the juices already been flowing, Coach?
This is that last word.
No, I said, are the juices flowing now? Are your juices flowing as you get?
The juice still. Well, the juice is still getting hot. It's getting close to. Let's see what we can do. Where are we? What are we going to do? All the fans are. I know what they're expecting, what they want, but until our guys decide this is what we want, then let's get it on. Then I think it's going to that.
Did you have to ever tone your kids down where they were so hyped, so excited? Did you ever have to hype them down? If you did, what did you do to kind of calm them down?
Well, the most important thing is to realize that you're not changing anything at this point, at this time of the season. This is another season. This is, you already played your conference season. You already played this season for the and then now it's time for what we all come to want to be is the best player during the playoffs, and that's the NCAA. Then, of course, the other place you find that, it's a good, so you don't, there's not so much key in on this or key in on that. Let's be able to execute our plan. We're going to execute our plan. That's one pitch at a time, one bat at a time. Not worried about what's going to happen if I don't. And then those are the things that are players about it. We play against anybody, and we know it's good enough to beat anybody. So let's go out and do what we know that we can do. And let them decide on how emotional they should get. You can't be emotional. And so the best thing to do is let it ride. That's why we don't want any changes at this late point in the season. Drastic changes.
Is this the type of challenge that you love the best? When you are the underdog, no one is expecting you to win. You had your back to the wall, so to speak, and it's you against the world. Is this what you enjoyed, Coach, as much as anything, was being the underdog, loving that challenge?
so many times in my lifetime. I mean, I was like I said, I was born an underdog, and that's what I'm used to playing from. Nothing changed. You know, I'm used to the fact that hey, they do anything. They don't recognize whether or not we can win a national championship. So that's who's important. Is the wee boys.
What do you remember about that matchup with Arizona in Charlotte? Do you remember much about that game? Damon Stottlemyre. I mean, they had a great team.
Guards that remind me of what we had. They had them two guards that could really score, and we played a lot defensively against those two guys. They didn't get started or play as well as they normally have been playing, and our defense had a lot to do with that. And so Arizona had tremendous talent. Of course, we could match talent, and of course, that night happened to be the best basketball team of the two.
They won it 97, but they couldn't win it that year. That game was in Charlotte. From a matchup perspective, Coach, when you have played teams like Florida, you played teams like Tennessee who have that kind of like size, do you attack them any differently than what you may have done against maybe a Florida or maybe against a Tennessee? Do you attack a team like Arizona differently than what you may have attacked other teams with like talent?
We made one major adjustment, I would say, at the day, and you look back at it, is when they got us down 10 points, I believe. I called the timeout and use in order for us to have a chance to win, we're basketball, and we're not. And so I just said, hey, guys, it's time that we got the horses to lose. Let's get at it. Let's play the way we're capable of playing on that defensive end. And eventually things will fall into place for us. That was like a prophet. It was true. We open up and start playing the kind of basketball we were capable of playing. And I thought then, after that period, I've gotten it wrong. That was the North Carolina game, but the Duke game. That the same calling. They jumped out in front of us. They went 10 up. They were dominating the game until we decided that let's go all out. Don't foul. Don't foul. Don't be passive. The aggressive in losing. That's where you want to be, and let's play. I think that's basically the word that I use.
Those were some great moments. I remember both of those specifically. The North Carolina game, that was in Seattle is where that game was played, that particular time that we're talking about there. Travel, Arkansas wisely, I thought, Coach, they stayed in California. Well, actually, they stayed in Portland and then went down to Sacramento where they watched the Kings, and then they worked out in Sacramento. Now they're in San Jose. But they didn't try to make that trip back to Arkansas. Does that, I mean, from a preparation standpoint, there's nothing I think you can do except give them this greater amount of rest they're going to get by staying out there instead of traveling back through two time zones to basically do your laundry and turn around and go back to California. So I think that's a huge plus for Arkansas. Do you not think so?
It was a great decision to make, I believe. When you got to travel so many distances, And everything, you have all your emotions boiled into one gathering. And to have to spread it out and just flying and thinking about the game, thinking about if we do this, if we don't, if we do. And just playing basketball, something that I call a tremendous move, as opposed to coming back and going back. That's just too much going and movement. I think the least amount of movement you have, the better your team's going to play and cohesive. They don't eat together, do all things basically together that they wouldn't do in an ordinary game.
See, I would think if they beat both either Texas and Purdue, of course you got to beat Arizona first, but I think they would go. I think they would go back to Fayetteville then, before they would head to Indianapolis, because those games, nothing will happen until almost a full week later. So I can almost see Arkansas going home for a couple of days, and then if they're fortunate, head on up to Indy to play in the Final Four. But we'll worry about that at the time it's necessary to worry about.
That's true.
One game at a time, Coach. Got to play them one game at a time. Hang on, Coach. We got to take a break here real quick. That is Coach Nolan Richardson, the legend himself, thanks to Arkansas Municipal Equipment. I'm Randy Rainwater. Drive Time Sports will continue in a moment.
Oaklawn is here for when you want non-stop racing and non-stop action. The season's back, the weekends are packed, and it's time to plan your visit. The classic racing season kicks off January 30th and runs through May 2nd with exciting weekends, great food and drinks, and the kind of atmosphere you can only find in Hot Springs. It's fast, it's lively, it's time to win. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Tired of living in pain? You need The Joint Chiropractic. Open Monday through Saturday in Little Rock, North Little Rock, and Bryant. First adjustment is just $29. No appointment needed. Visit The Joint Chiropractic and start feeling better today.
Arkansas Municipal Equipment in Poen, founded over a decade ago by Daniel and Vanessa Ellison. They lease and sell trucks, trash carts, roll-off dumpsters, and street sweepers. Proud to be Arkansas's only authorized dealer for New Way refuse trucks and Timco street sweepers. Your authorized dealer for Galfab roll-off and hook lift trucks. You can get parts and service for all makes and models with technicians traveling the state to take care of you.
AME, it's the service after the sale.
It's Justin Acree for Coffin by Design West. Shop with the local folks and get exactly what you want. You can also shop from the convenience of your own home by going to KaufmanLumber.com. There's an online store with over 800,000 items in inventory that can be delivered straight to your front door. Items in inventory include everything from hardware to housewares, heating and cooling supplies, lawn and garden tools, sporting goods, store and office supplies, and there's a huge range of products in each area available. So go by their store in West Little Rock at 14900 Cantrell Road, or do your shopping online at KaufmanLumber.com.
Ray Tucker with good news for enthusiasts of Triumph motorcycles. Honda of North Little Rock now carries the legendary classics and cutting-edge rides. We have the Bonneville Bobber, Daytona 600, the TF450X, the stunning Elvis Presley Edition, and the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. You get the idea. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Hi, this is Randy Allison with Sunstar Insurance of Arkansas, and life is full of surprises. Your insurance shouldn't be one of them, though. With 14 agencies and 120 employees across the state, our Sunstar family is here to provide protection you can trust and service you deserve. At Sunstar, you'll work with real people who care about you and your community. Whether it's your auto, your home, your life, or your business insurance, our agents take the time to find coverage that gives you true peace of mind. Sunstar Insurance, covering more of Arkansas than any other independent insurance group in the natural state.
When the unthinkable happens to your home or business, whether it's damage from smoke, water, fire, or mold, let Rainbow Restoration make you whole again. Their extensively trained team, state-of-the-art equipment, and 24/7 rapid response will help get your life back on track fast. Because this isn't just their service area, it's their home. When you need them, find them at ArkansasRestorationExperts.com. Rainbow Restoration, where they restore, you recover. Services performed by an independently owned and operated franchise.
Now back to Drive Time Sports in the Eat My Catfish studios. When sports and crawfish meet, you know you're going to have a good time. The #1 sports radio show in Arkansas, Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network.
The financial professionals at First Security are big fans of Arkansas. That's because they're Arkansas-owned and Arkansas-focused. They take care of communities just like they take care of customers. Whatever better means to you, you're going to find more of it at First Security. As Arkansas's community bank, First Security is all about taking care of customers and making life better right here in Arkansas. So more people can buy a home, run a business, and a whole lot more. Check them out at fsbank.com. That's First Security Bank. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Rolling with Nolan on Drive Time Sports is brought to you by Arkansas Municipal Equipment. Go to ametrucks.com. Arkansas Municipal Equipment. Service after the sale.
Coach, did it matter to you what time that you played? And what I mean by that is Arkansas drew that late time slot again, 8:45 Central Time. Did that matter to you, what time that you played?
We're at the tip end of the professional season. The only thing is, regardless to me, I'm sure as a player and as a coach, to me, is we're trying to play, we're trying to win. You kind of play the game.
Mm-hmm.
And if you team that thinks that you win only because you bless the other guy or you than you normally would do. I mean, there's some late games at home that we played, and so I don't give it a lot of thought. If you do play hard, if you do the things that Coach Schaeffer to do, then your success rate just goes up. And that's what we're trying to do, bring our success rate up. Play, and depend on what we've been taught to be able to execute. That's the bottom line.
Well, the reason why I asked that, I know like in football, coaches hate, well, some do, maybe not all do, but some hate the fact they have to sit around all day, wait for a 7 o'clock kickoff at night, and you can tend to over-prepare. Let's continue to fine-tune this baby. If you play early in the day, get up, maybe have your pregame meal, so forth and so on. Let's go play the game. But I was just wondering whether or not it mattered to you, whether or not you had to sit around that day to wait to play, or whether it was maybe a mid-afternoon game and you go out and again, you play the game. So that's the reason why I asked that particular question. Is this the kind of game, Coach, where for Arkansas it's going to take, whether it be a Billy Richmond or it be a Malik Ewan or maybe even a Nick Pringle for that matter, where they've got to play basically the game of their life because of the type matchup issues size-wise that Arizona is going to present to Arkansas?
Both teams going to be playing with their hard regardless of the time, regardless of circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you put a whole lot of. Once that ball tip goes in the air and the game is on, it's playtime. I mean, if you late in the evening, if you like to, no player that would not. I mean, none of the guys would care to play late game if you suppose, but that's part of the game. And again, you prepare yourself as practice, and you want to take your practice to the game with you. That's the name of the game.
Darius Acuff Jr. established the single-season scoring record. He surpassed Todd Day the other day. Same process, he passed Kareem Reid. What's left to say about Darius Acuff? Yeah, what's left to say about Darius Acuff?
Oh, just like I said, what is it? The guy had a phenomenal, say that again, season. I mean, I don't think he thinks he can miss. I don't think he thinks he can't get to the basket. I don't think he, I mean, he continues to ride. He's turned into a great player, not just an average player, but a great player in his first year of major college basketball. I mean, it's unheard of what he's been able to do. I thought he was stay for quite a while. This young man comes along and says, Souza, and
yeah, they are.
That's what he did. Yes.
Who was Coach? Who was for you a comparable? I'll call him a closer. When the game needs to be closed, you hand the ball to Darius Acuff. Who was your best closer?
Closer. That's the better term. I think Scotty had a chance 7 games during his career to win them. He hit a shot on 7 different games. That's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And again, 2 or 3 years and not help win a game. This guy won that shot basically.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
And he closed the biggest. Yeah, and he closed the biggest one of all against Duke.
Yeah. Yep. That's incredible, man. When you look at what eight has done, it's incredible.
I think we talked about it last week, Coach. That shot that he made falling out of bounds at the SEC tournament was, it was hard to believe that he knocked it down and thought he was fouled. He wanted the foul to go with it. But so is this a game of this is going to be a man's game tomorrow night? If you're going to win it, you got to win it inside the paint. You got to win it playing at the basket. Is this going to be a man's game tomorrow night with Arizona?
I think, I'm hoping that we're shooting the ball pretty well because in any game of that magnitude, you got to shoot, you got to make shots.
Mm-hmm.
You got it ain't, you so far. Defense can take you so far. Get off a rebound or a basket, but you got to make some baskets. You keep them back anyway. Don't let them have big runs. Forget them run, and you are trying to make sure you stay within reach. Then that's going to get nothing but more energy towards you and your players. That's what I feel has to happen. But they are good basketball teams. They go execute well. Taylor's got his guys playing super above their head. And if I was a betting guy, even though I coach there, I still have to go with the Razorbacks winning it at about a 6-7 point game.
Like it, Coach. Like it. Let's just tell them no need to play the game. Coach Richardson has said Arkansas is going to win it let's not even play the game. Let's just move on.
There you go.
Coach?
I'll step by.
All right, buddy. All right, we will talk with you next week, my friend. We're getting closer, my friend. Thank you, Coach. Coach Nolan Richardson. Thanks to Arkansas Municipal Equipment. Coming up next, those wild things with what's his name and what's his name. It's Trey and what's his name? Or is it Mark and what's his name? Anyway, stay tuned. Wild things coming up next. Have a great rest of the night. So long, everybody.